people keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Jason, Ellis.
Moose Knuckle, Red the Dragon, Night, Danger, Canada, Uncircumcised, Philanthropy, Stupid Stuff, Supercross, Pain, Machete, Fashion, A Scintillating Bloodbath, A Hellacious Fury, Evil, Cannabis, Interesting Things, Awesome, Radio.
Tigers, elephants, orangutans, lions, bears, they'll make you stare. Dragons, salamanders, fish in the sea. Know what I mean? Jason Ellis.
Fuck you!
Michael Tully.
I'm not very sexy.
Andrew Groose. Absolutely. Kevin Pratt.
Don't worry, we got them the bases covered.
And Will Pendarvis.
Fuck yeah, I'm Will Pendarvis.
Live from Hollywood.
Also blown up.
This is the Jason Ellis Show.
Odds don't get back.
Check.
Bullshit, horse shit, cat shit, tiger shit, lion shit,
Check.
walrus shit, penguin shit, king penguin shit.
Welcome to the show. Speaking of King Penguin shit, that's gotta be one of the easiest things to kill on the planet if it's on the ground, and it spends a lot of time on the ground. I guess that's why they live in places where you could just never really kind of creep up on them. But I've met one face to face, because it was in a glass container, because if it wasn't, it would surely die with all its fucking useless friends. But it's huge and slow.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of places to hide
With
in Antarctica based on what I've seen in the documentary.
With big yellow flowers on either side of his head. So it's like,
yeah.
Shoot in between here and you will get my meat.
Oh yeah, if people are trying to get him, that's not a fair fight at all. I thought you meant natural.
Everybody.
Yeah, natural predators as well. Do polar bears? It's been a while since I watched one of those.
They would have to eat a king penguin, right? They would be like, oh, when they stumble upon a king penguin, they're like, oh, it's free food.
Well,
it's like 7-Eleven.
You don't just stumble on one of them, right? Don't you usually?
That's what I'm saying. Like they're
300 of them,
and they're all as useless as the next.
Ah, okay. Polar bears live in the Arctic, and penguins live in the Antarctic.
See,
you win this round, penguins.
Penguins are smart. I feel like penguins are so useless that they live where nobody will fight. They're not there to fight.
Well, that's one way of putting it. The other way of putting it would obviously
they're the ultimate in Conor McGregor's.
The other way to put it would be that if they did not have the advantage of geographical isolation, they either would have gotten fiercer, or they wouldn't be around anymore.
Good. Wait a minute. Are they around, or is it only in the zoo? Who eats them? Seals?
Leopard seals.
Right.
Ooh, that's a decapitation going on right there.
That is.
Everybody's red on the inside.
God damn, it's real. You're very right, Michael. That guy was red as fuck on the inside. Yeah, but they're so tasty. I feel like if I was a fish, that's what I would eat.
Yeah, very fatty.
Yeah. Oh, wait, did they jump off? That's not a real photo, is it?
Sure at all.
Man,
that's a bunch
Andrew showed me a photo of a bunch of king penguins jumping off a cliff into a fucking killer whale's mouth.
Yeah, they're going for a dip.
I'm like, God,
hell.
You're so stupid, king penguin. There's a fucking whale waiting there.
What is that picture that we were just looking at right there?
An injured king penguin.
I think this is like a prop.
Yeah, that's
I was gonna say, it looks like that shark ate Nemo. That seems a little too it didn't chew.
Yeah, because that's a padded shark mouth.
Oh my goodness, that's a kid's clothes? I really need to start wearing glasses. I just saw the clothes. I thought it was Nemo. I thought Nemo and Dory were gonna be best friends forever in the hell of a shark's gullet.
I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the life of a penguin, you see some brutal shit. because you're hanging out, and it seems to me that most of the time you're kind of hanging out, and you don't really do much. You're talking shit to each other. It seems like a pretty laid-back life, but from time to time, creatures that are around about 10 times the size of you will leap out of the fucking ground and eat you in half in front of all your friends and family. That doesn't happen to us. I mean...
Used to.
Yeah, but, man, we weren't. You mean like when dinosaurs ate cavemen, people?
Dinosaurs and cavemen did not live at the same time.
So what are you talking about then when a big creature ate a man?
When we were still hunter-gatherers. I mean, to this day, tigers and tigers, I guess, show up in India and just pick people off. Not often. It's newsworthy when it happens, but that's the way it was.
Yeah, but it's not as big. Do you know what I mean? Like when it... Yeah, I know, but when you see, like, if there was a thing that was as big as a king penguin that jumped out and ate a king penguin, I'm like, that's pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
But it's not as terrifying as 10, 20 times the size eating, you know what I mean, like, because I guess a bear, but like a killer whale, that is just like the most, it's Godzilla, man. It's Godzilla's in your village.
Right. Well, elephants...
the elephants chew, they don't chew on people, though. They just stab you, right?
They just
and stand on you.
Stand on you, yeah.
But they don't want to they don't like your meat, yeah?
No.
It's less terrifying when they don't like your meat.
Well, there's definitely some animals that, and penguins I don't think would be one of them, that they have evolved to perpetuate their species despite being weak fucks just by making lots and lots of babies over and over really quickly.
Oh, then there's that angle.
We're gonna, and that's not penguins because they make one at a time and they stand on them for a year and shit like that.
Look at that penguin, Michael. He's fucking balking the shit out of that killer whale. That is finesse right there. Look how he's leaning. He's like, ooh, nope.
It could also be a dead penguin and the killer whale is just flicking up in the air.
Oh.
Possible.
Well, that's your definition of it. Yeah. I'm saying that guy's like do 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 do, just carving up. Well, maybe it's the other way around if you look at it from my angle, because that penguin looks like he's pretty cocky.
That's right. Maybe they've got the wrong name. Maybe they should be playing whales.
That's right. Maybe he's just like, bitch, you wish you could bite me.
Yeah, he looks like he's Neoing a bullet.
Yeah. It could happen. Or he could be dead and getting flicked around, but yeah.
Nice to dream.
Alright. Man, it does seem like a tough life when you meet your maker, though, in the penguin world, because it's usually one hell of a maker.
Well,
hell of a maker.
I watched this...
very impressive makers.
Some kind of documentary thing. It wasn't really about this. It just came up that covered, like, when fire first came into human life, and there's, like, a bunch of, like, dumb, like... They're not ape men, they're cavemen, walking around, and they're constantly like, that new movie where if you make a sound, you get destroyed? What's it called? It's like out this week. Yeah. It's like a big Hollywood, yeah.
Wait, there's a movie where if you make a noise, you die?
Yeah. The Earth, based on
Did it just come out?
Yeah, it's coming out this weekend.
Oh, okay.
It's a good idea for a horror movie.
Wait, it's a horror movie? Okay, cool.
Because it's fucking pure suspense.
Alright. I'm in.
You want to watch the trailer?
Yes, I do.
The trailer's basically silent, though, so it's a little hard.
Well, let me do it for you. They're eating dinner. She's
not
whispering.
silent?
He's got a beard. What the fuck? They're saying doing stuff. There's a waterfall. Watch out for the waterfall. Don't be scared. There's a scratch on the wall.
If they hear you...
That guy's walking on the beach. Mom.
They hunt you.
That kid's being quiet. I see an old man in the background. That guy just walked into a tree. There's an old man. I don't think it's a real old man. It's a ghost old man. The ghost old man made a noise. If the kid makes a noise, he dies.
Yes.
You don't make a noise. Oh, okay, so the ghost goes, I'm super creepy, and if you make a noise, then he gets to kill you, but if he tries to scare you and you don't make a noise, he doesn't get to kill you?
So I guess they come from another planet or something.
Yeah.
And they're here... I mean, they're not here to destroy us. They don't even know what they're doing. They're just murderers,
Yeah.
But they're blind. They
Ah.
rely on perfect hearing, so...
Just shut the fuck up!
But to do that forever, you can never trip. Never
Ah.
accidentally knock something over.
Oh, and they have children.
Yeah.
Fucking children. All they do is fuck up and knock things over.
So
You're dead.
So that guy with John Krasinski, that's the way you say his name. I didn't realize he also directed this and maybe wrote it. He was in the American version of The Office.
Yeah, I know him.
So good for him. He's
Yep.
like, I thought he was just in some creature feature. He made the fucking thing, so that's cool. And it's a really perfect recipe for suspense, because you just sit there in silence and you just never know when somebody's gonna fucking
Cool.
knock a little something over.
Oh, then I'll watch it. I like scary movies.
Right. So this thing that I saw with people like cavemen is like they're walking around like they're in quiet land because they're afraid of saber-toothed tigers and mastodons
Okay.
and mammoths and shit like that. And
Wait, Mastodon is a thing?
yeah,
Oh. Which one's that? Is it the one that's with the...
mastodons and people lived at the same time, right? Mastodon's not a
What?
dinosaur, I don't think.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, it's just an elephant?
A hairy one, a really big one.
Oh, like one after a woolly mammoth?
Yeah, so there you go. There's the evolution.
Oh.
Mastodon, woolly mammoth, and then elephant. But these people are going around, and if something starts chasing them in this little docu thing that I saw, they have like the little Flintstone, and the guy immediately starts like rubbing it with the wood to try to make fire, because he knows if he turns around with the fire, the predator's going to get scared and go away. But
Nice.
if he doesn't make fire in time,
He's dead.
a couple of them are fucked.
Right.
So yeah, like human beings in the last 10, 15,000 years knew what it was like to constantly be walking around in danger of being attacked by something that you had no shot against.
Right. I reckon they probably... Well, how big was a mastodon compared to an elephant? Like twice as big or not even, right? Just it was smaller.
Yeah.
See, those guys would have had spears and stuff. I reckon they'd be pretty gnarly hunters. Aboriginals would fuck up an elephant. And don't those wild Africans, dudes that live in Africa before the guns were invented, didn't they fuck up?
It probably has something to do
Affluence?
with the element of surprise. If you come up on them, maybe that's cool. If they come up on you,
Yeah.
it'd be pretty handy with that spear, brother.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's pretty recent in the scheme of things that human beings don't spend their entire lives in constant existential fear.
Keep you busy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Staying alive.
It's a whole different life. It's a whole different life.
Yeah.
There's no concept of pleasure.
Well, that's not true.
Okay, let me put it this way. There's an old Chinese thing that I
You
think
could
about.
jerk off prehistorically.
Oh, yeah, and you could hang out with your friends. You
Right,
could do
that's
things
cool.
for
Laughing
fun.
at shit.
You could have music. Okay,
What
so
about
let
when
me
your
say-
friend hits your friend over the head with like a skull or something? That's
Okay.
hilarious.
Thank you. Let me rephrase what I said. There was very, very... It's not so much that there weren't things to do that were fun, because you don't know what you're missing. There's something that's coming in the future, if humankind exists, that's way more fun than anything we've ever played with, and people will say, man, how did they live without this? Well, we don't know what we're missing.
Yes.
We did just fine.
Yes, right. They were so the funny stuff they were doing was very, very funny
It was
to them.
hilarious
That's
to
right.
them. They just didn't have a whole lot of time or energy to devote to leisure. That's all. There's this Chinese saying that
I wonder,
I
Michael.
heard years and years ago that I've always really latched onto. It said to for a man to know leisure for one entire day is to know what it is to be a god. Because whoever thought of that and all the people who heard it that made it so famous that it stuck around until now were like, right, I fucking work from the second I wake up until the second I go to bed. Sometimes when I go on vacation or something, or just have a nice Saturday where I don't have shit to do, which doesn't happen all that often, I'm like, this is what the Chinese were talking about, man. This would have seemed out of their reach. Maybe a day here or there. But there's a lot of people listening who don't really get off the, they have jobs, but then they fucking Netflix and chill. Godlike.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty hard to beat it, actually.
I can't do it.
I love doing it. It's like that's my king throne. If I don't have anybody around me and I can watch Netflix on the bed, that's pretty cool.
I just don't have the patience anymore.
Oh, it's just the best thing because it switches me off.
Right.
I fucking woke up this morning, man. Just immediately thought of, and this is just to damage people. This is how fucked up my brain is. I woke up and I remembered that my father told me that I had to move out of the house. So this is like obviously when I'm like 19 or something, because his wife wanted me out of the house. Mom, my stepmom, she's a nice lady. Maybe I was annoying. I don't know. But I just remembered that this morning and was like, that's a weird thing to think about. And then kept thinking about it. And I was like, stop thinking about it, Jason. And then I was like, wow, you know, like Katie's my wife, like she's a stepmom to my kids. Imagine if she told me Devon needs to get out of the fucking house and I told her. That's crazy. And then I'm like, dude, stop thinking about it. That's a long time ago. And then I analyze that, and then I move on to, because I'm staying in Australia, and I move into my brother who passed away. People who don't know this, he hot-wired a steamroller, like one of those little steamrollers that it was on a mountain that you can like it's like a bobcat, but a steamroller of bobcats, a little bit bigger than a bobcat. So I guess when they drove past it on the way down to the pub, they were like, we should fucking hotwire that. There's like 10 of them in one car. And then on the way back, I guess a couple of them hotwired it and drove it up the road, and they were knocking over posts on the side of the cliff, and my brother was driving, and then he got out of the driver's seat, and the other guy, this dude Craig, got in the driver's seat, and they were driving next to each other, and I guess Craig tried to hit the car with the steamroller, and the car drove off because I was like, Craig's fucking crazy. And then that's when everybody else in the car didn't see the crash. They just disappeared, and then they came back, and Craig was up on top of the road and said that Stevie was driving, and there's these wooden posts on the side. They get the little reflector things, and the one they ran over was a metal pole with like the slow down to turn thing. So for some weird reason, I thought this morning, Craig didn't ride all his life. Stevie did. And if Stevie hot-wired a steamroller, would he run over up the pole? Because the pole is an iffy thing to go up. Like, if you're knocking over the wooden things, I could see Stevie doing that. And then if Craig doesn't know how to drive, he's dumber, and he doesn't have any of that moto experience, Craig would run over that pole.
Right. Wouldn't.
Right, and everybody.
On that.
Right, and everybody thought that Craig did it, and I was like, guys, because I'm over here. I came back to Australia. I was like, guys, you don't need to get into that, because it's over now. You know, like, whatever happened, and for you to go back and what do you want to do? You want to kill Craig? You know, like, I remember telling my brother that. Like, you want to go fucking kill Craig? Let's all go to jail, kill Craig. Like, what if he didn't do it, dude? We got to move on.
Yeah.
So, for some reason, I almost called him, but I almost called my brother, but I was like, don't put this on him. Just keep this in your own fucked up head. But I remember playing cards with Craig, like, I don't know, a week after Stevie died, and he just looked, you know, I figured it was because he was there with Stevie, but he just looked as guilty as anybody could ever be on the planet. I guess he went to court over it, like, because there's like a thing where the government actually, because he stole a government thing, and they were trying to like say that he was the driver, and he had to go to court over it and shit. He almost did jail for it. Yeah. But I analysed that this morning as well, and I was like, he did do it. I should go back to Australia and kill that dude, because apparently, you know, he doesn't even live in Melbourne anymore. He lives somewhere else. And I was like, wow. Okay, dude. Now you've done that, and I'm like, why are you doing this? So you got to do all the things that you know that you're supposed to do to get out of that. You know, so I'm like, okay, I'll go eat. You know, I got to eat food, and I got to work out. And I was like, I don't really want to work out. And I'm like, I'll eat food, and then I'll like try to make something. I'll try to create something. So I tried to create some fucking stupid Ellis ad on my phone, which is just useless. And then I just never got around to doing the workout thing, and I never got around to flicking the switch. And then the hooligan dude called me. He's like, hey man, you're not racing this weekend. I was like, that is actually kind of delightful, because now I can that's nowhere near as bad as what I was already thinking.
Right.
I can just analyze me not racing this weekend, and I actually feel a little bit better.
Everything is relative, yeah.
But I just kept thinking, I feel like, you know, it's a tough day for me. Like, it's weird, because I'm fine. I feel healthy. I'm good. Just mentally, it's almost like I have a flu in my mind. I didn't do anything wrong last night. I went to bed early, fucker. But I'm going to have, you know what I mean? After this, I'm going to have to do some stuff. And after the show, I'm going to have to do all these positive things and to get past this stupid little dark thing that's in there that I don't even know how it got there. I feel like if I work out, it'll go away instantaneously. But I haven't got around to that.
That's the best trick that I've got. That's one of the things I really like about swimming. It doesn't always work. It's like you can have a certain kind of headache, and if it's a little one, like one Advil will take it out. But if you have a really bad one Advil's only going to do so much. That's what swimming is for me. It can only go so far. But brain flu is exactly the way that I would describe it. From time to time, I get sick in the brain, and sometimes I can kind of tease it back out to, I was getting really stressed, or there was this one incident or whatever, but sometimes I can't. Yeah, so there's nothing, I was like, I don't have time to get out of it today. Yeah. I'll have to do it later on. And that's why your mental health it's just the same as your physical health. If you do really bad shit to your body, you can't be all that shocked if your body does something bad to you. But you can also do everything right, and then you can still have that, thing where you go to the doctor and a bunch of bad shit follows, and it's the same thing. I think you can put yourself in a bad place, but you can just find yourself in a bad place. I really, I had those a couple episodes, months-long episodes of anxiety a couple of years ago that I was like, it really, and I'm somebody who's had depression before in my life, but it really changed the way I looked at it forever. It's just in the same way that you walk down the street and you could just find the thing. You could just get hit by a car, or you could just find the bump that becomes the thing that's the end of your life. Your mental health is the exact same thing, and it's tough. We don't treat people with mental health with the same gentleness that we treat people with physical ailments, because we can't see them. Right. It's that simple. Yeah, and usually when you have it, it's hard for you to... It's like you get a cut or you break your arm, you know you've got it. Yeah. When you got a mental injury, it's hard to, call it on yourself. And it's tough because there are some things... This is a little bit like that, some people really need Adderall, but do all the people really need Adderall? Some people need support dogs, but do they all really need support dogs? You can't get inside somebody else's mind. There are some people who walk around moping all the time who really should just fucking snap out of it. Right. They really should. And there are some people who can't snap out of it. I think the weird one is when you just say that there is no hope. Like, for me, it's pretty ridiculous to be in this kind of a mood, because you could say, look at all the things that you have going for you. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you're right. You could say that. But if you don't do it, like I said, if you don't do anything about it, or you argue that you don't have, there's nothing you can do about it, you are fucked. Because when everyone tries to call and says they might be in a predicament that they're feeling a little down, and if I say maybe you should work out, or maybe you should eat some food, or really think about it, and then start spending a day on dedicating yourself to being positive, maybe try and help somebody else. There's all these other pointers that are, and if you go, yeah, well, I don't really. The thing is with trying that is that's when you're like, I know I'll get out of it, because I know. I'll just do all the things that one of them will fucking work. It's like the other day when I was sweaty and cold. I'm like, something's wrong. Right. I'm going to do all these things to figure it out. And I was like, oh, okay, fucking idiot. It's harder for me to have sympathy if you're unwilling to take the steps that I know, which are literally think about something other than yourself. Ideally, somebody else, but maybe just get yourself immersed in a project. Stop drinking and doing drugs for a while, because they may help you get through the day, but they don't help you in the long term. Exercise, quality rest. But if you do all those things and you still have an issue, then you have a fucking issue. The Rock opened up about his battle with depression. He did. Yeah, I guess his mom had this really dramatic suicide attempt when he was a teenager. Shit. Just tried to walk into oncoming traffic. And what? He said that I grabbed her and pulled her back on the gravel shoulder, and then after that, he dealt with depression. And I would guess that he made it sound kind of like seeing that made him depressed. But it's really in your genes, and if your mom is capable of getting to that point, then that was already inside of you as well, I would guess. Yeah, because then I think the other thing is people that don't have it and find it harder to sympathize with people that struggle with it, and it's understandable. Yep, it is. But I mean, I don't want to. You don't need to understand me. I would plead to the people that that personally that might be
in that, to try to be a little more understanding to them, because it goes a long way.
It's really fucking hard. I think all of us probably know a person or two, if we're not that person ourselves, who have it's always something. And it's easy to have a heart-to-heart and to, hey, I'm going to take you out for a day and we'll get your mind off shit once or for a week or for a month. But if you have that friend that keeps on going back there year after year, I don't blame people for losing patience.
Right.
I don't blame friends for drifting away if that's what they're getting out of a relationship, you know, a friendship or a romantic relationship with somebody. There's only so much you can really expect people to do.
Yeah, and you got to look out for yourself as well. If you're not in a really dark place and you're only as good as the company you keep.
Yeah.
And misery loves company, so it's tough because you can't. I relate to people that are kind of dark, but I'm also, I have a positive side that I feel I know, like the keys to success and happiness. I just have a really dark side, so I have to battle against it. But I definitely wouldn't want to hang out with people and just suggest that it's a good idea to just sit in there and soak it up, because it's not a good idea. You gotta rise above. Pull up. When you're darkest hour, I always feel like it's cheesy, but Rocky Balboa yourself, because you don't have to win, you just have to keep going. That's what I feel like the worst case when I'm really fucked. I'm like, there's no way tomorrow. Okay, maybe tomorrow could be just as bad, but fuck, man, like a week, it'll turn around, Yeah. Something will come up where you'll be like, there you go.
Yeah, you can listen to a Smiths album for an afternoon, but then...
That's, totally works for me, Michael. That's what cheers me up every time.
I recommend Meat is Murder for that mood.
Wait, does he have a song called Meat is Murder?
Are you kidding me? It's like his entire career. Their second album is called Meat is Murder. It's the title track. It's like 9 minutes long.
Wow. Hey, Tom. What's up?
Hey, what's up? Jason?
Yeah, mate.
What's up? Okay, so I had a little bit of an emotional kind of a rabbit hole I went down this weekend. Well, it started Thursday. So I was talking to a girl that I had a relationship last year and trying to kind of get back together with her for a while. And so Thursday she got back from a baseball game and decided, to give me a call and said, I'm feeling sick. I don't feel like going out. And something about how quick she got off the phone. I went into this little kind of a, that was weird how she went so, she got off the phone so quick. And she wasn't really sick. And she looked pretty healthy on the pictures on Instagram, blah, blah, blah. My mind just kind of fucking went nuts. So I was like, I'm just going to drop by and, just drive by her house. If her fucking car's home, I'm going to drive home, believe her for the rest of my life. Car wasn't home. So I'm like, fuck, girl, whatever. So I went to a local bar. And it turns out that I found out that she was at a bar next door. So I texted her. I said, "Hey, I'm out in your, in around your area. What are you up to? Are you home? Are you sleeping?" And she's like, "No, let's meet out." So she immediately met me out, and she was very kind of like, "What the fuck are you doing around here?" And like very, kind of questioning. She knew what the fuck's going on. That I kind of checked up on her, which I kind of went down. I was already embarrassed from doing that. So all of a sudden, I got a little drunk. Normally I don't get that drunk. I've been kind of watching my health. But, I just kind of let the booze take over. The emotions roller coastered away. And then all of a sudden, I'm arguing with her in the bar. And I said, "You're not fucking sick. How are you out? You could have told me you're just going out with friends. Like, this is fucked up." Turns out, bouncer takes me out. He goes, "Dude, you're arguing." I wasn't belligerent or anything. I said, "Okay, you know what? I'm out." But I wanted to talk to her. And so then I just went to her house, hung out in front of her house. We're just hanging out, and she ended up not coming home. So I kind of just went to this front door. I was always been welcome in her house. The front door was open, so I just kind of laid on her couch and went, we'll talk about it in the morning.
So far, this all makes perfect sense. Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, so actually, that was a pretty fucking horrible thing that I did. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It was drunk. I made a mistake, but you know what? I wasn't belligerent. All of a sudden, her roommate lives in the basement, came up. She's like, "What are you doing here without Lindsay?" Like, oh my god, So yeah. So anyway, so she had a talk with me. She's like, "Dude, you know what? This girl has been playing you the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, she's been going out with guys. I'm risking, being kicked out of my own house. She's giving me a good deal with the house, and all of a sudden, you've been taking her on these trips and all this stuff. You have a good business. You're a good dad. You just let yourself go with this girl, and she's been playing you. talking to guys. Don't stay indoors, so whatever. So I said, I'm leaving, but I can't drive yet. I'm still a little bit handy.
Even though you drove there.
No, I got the, it's called Over the Limit service. So it's where you get a guy to drive your car back to the house. I don't. I already lost my license in 2005. So
Okay.
I'm not going to do it again. I have kids. I have business.
Okay.
I can't do that.
Okay.
So I sat on the edge of the curb waiting, and she came home. I just kind of fell asleep on the edge of her driveway, hit my head on the ground, fell, like fucking drunkard style. And then, so police came. They were like, dude, you're not belligerent, whatever. We'll just take you to the hospital, take a look at that. I drove home and literally started to drink. I just kind of kept ruminating over what happened, but then that's where my rabbit hole took me. So
Wait, how did you hit your head sleeping?
well, I was sitting on a rock on the edge of her driveway, and I kind of was, as I was sitting in a crouched position, I kind of like nodded my head forward and then fell forward and hit her driveway.
Oh boy.
You weren't belligerent or anything, but you did headbutt the ground and cut your head open.
While waiting for her to come home / breaking into her house.
Asleep on the driveway.
After telling a bouncer, no man, no, it's cool. I just let me talk to her. I just talk to her. Just got cool. It's cool. I just want to talk to her.
Oh no, actually, I didn't want to talk to her.
Yep.
I kind of did.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, you sound pretty crazy.
I didn't go down that emotional roller coaster, but I started to drink after after I got home because I'm like, this is it. I got the truth. She's been dating a tons of guys. So I kind of drank and then, the next day when I got home, after the hospital, I was good enough to drive. I went home, probably about like 4 o'clock the next day by the time I got stitches and out. And I started to drink, and then I got myself out of it, I just decided, fuck, why am I even, I really was, when I sobered up, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Went to my neighbor's house, talked to them, but it's that rabbit hole that I went down that I was like, what the fuck?
Right, but you turned it around.
Yeah, I feel like you really understand what we've been talking about here.
This is inspirational as fuck. Thanks for the call, man.
Thank you for sharing.
There it is. If anybody else, Tom's got a book coming out soon. Turn that frown upside down with Tom, because he knows how to do it.
Yeah.
Well, I think he already answered that.
I think he might have been belligerent.
No,
Check out
he was.
book. In a funk, get drunk.
I would fucking, if it's a short book, I would buy it. You know what I mean? Like, don't make it 1,000 pages. If it's like 20 pages, I'm fucking down, Tom. Release that book, dude. John, welcome to the show.
Jason,
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I understand that guy feels. He started off as a pussy, being attached to a girl. Pussy ain't worth dying for. I learned that.
What?
Yeah, for the last 2 years, I've been out on workman's comp with a bad shoulder, and with no pay, no health insurance, and I've got some financial help, but when they help out, they're also bitching in my ear how they're helping out, how much it costs. I'm talking each month, $2,200 in the hole because I wasn't getting paid for 2 years. So I almost drank myself in the hospital a few times, driven drunk, blacked out, managed to make it home, man. Just like you said, the gym is the way to go because you can fight off the weight there. You can pump out your anger.
Right, but then there's also drinking,
Drugs, too. You're right. Right.
Really.
Yep.
There's really no excuse to be unhappy.
This is the
anymore
worst show
on radio. When they have invented pills that can make you happy instantly, there's really no sense in ever being depressed.
I mean, I'm so depressed to have this bad a show. I'm not even know why anyone pays me at all. Oh, yeah? Do we?
Anybody who had a hangnail?
What's a hangnail?
Like when you get that
the little thing coming out the side, right? Yeah. I hate that.
Man, don't get me going on hangnails.
I know, right? I'll freak out.
Chronic indigestion. Everybody's got their something, man.
I can't take it.
So let's talk about something else. So allegations the Duffer Brothers may have stolen the idea.
Yeah, I saw that.
Stranger Things.
Who are the Duffer Brothers?
The Duffer Brothers are the guys who made Stranger Things. Everything's brothers nowadays.
Wait a minute. How can you steal it if... Wait. I thought you meant they stole it off the Duffer Brothers. You're saying the Duffer Brothers stole it from somebody else.
A lawsuit alleges
Yeah.
that there's a short film called Montauk, which is a place in Long Island.
Yeah.
And that one apparently was inspired by real alleged life events where allegedly the government was taking runaways and doing experiments on them a long time ago.
Oh, yeah?
And
they were turning into aliens and there was a dark side?
Yeah, that happened in real life.
I'm just... Okay, so... Because that was the good bit of the Stranger Things, you know?
What?
When the alien... the dark side thing, is that in the other movie? It's just that there's a government place that they were doing tests on kids.
So this guy said he made a short film about top secret government experiments entitled Montauk, and he pitched the Duffers a project based on his film.
Oh, shit.
The timing is suspect. He said his pitch meeting went down in April 2014. They did not strike a deal, but I didn't read the TMZ version of this until right now. Lo and behold, in August 2015, the Duffers were casting for their own series, then called Montauk.
What?
So, obviously, unless you need two things. You need to see the source material, and then you need to confirm that these people met and discussed in detail doing something with the source film before the Duffer Brothers made Stranger Things. They, for their part, are completely, utterly denying this. A very recent update from their attorney: Mr. Kessler's claim is completely meritless. He had no connection to the creation or development of Stranger Things. The Duffer Brothers have never seen his short nor discussed any project with him. This is just an attempt to profit from other people's creativity and hard work. Unfortunately, who the hell knows? That's what their attorney has to say, and there certainly have been plenty of meritless lawsuits of this sort, and there have been a couple of ones with a whole lot of merit.
If it has a whole lot of merit, doesn't it have... Is there just like some physical proof and then that...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we'll find out eventually, right?
We'll find out, yeah.
So right now, innocent until proven guilty.
Of course. I'm trying to think, is there an example? Like, there have definitely been songs.
There was an example recently where a guy from a television show like NCIS or something apologized to people because a story that they ran was almost an exact copy of a Bones episode where like an Amish kid, like they go in his room and they find rocks or something and realize it's set up like piano keys and they go talk to the piano teacher. Pretty in-depth stuff. And the guy, the showrunner for the show had to apologize and said, look, it's just oddly enough parallel thinking. I never watched that show. It just happens to be the same exact story up to a point.
Right, and that's why you need to prove that there are unique elements that are common to both projects, and just as crucially, you need to prove that for sure the people who were accused of stealing definitely knew about the thing that they're accused of stealing. Because anything can happen. I mean, in music, there's 8 fucking notes. There's plenty of songs that are the exact same songs as another song. You really need to prove.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not watching either one of those episodes of anything. You're not getting me.
Man, Bones is one of those shows. Every now and again, the TV's on, and it's just like how... It's like moss growing on the side of a rock.
I feel like that guy... Every movie that guy... Every show that guy's ever been in, I don't get why anyone's watching it.
Well, I know that he was involved with Buffy.
Isn't he Buffy? Yeah.
Yeah. I never got the Buffy thing either, but at least I could with Buffy, there was a thing there I couldn't get into personally. With Bones, it's like there's no there. I just think that some of these, like these CBS primetime procedurals, these shows are just made for 60-year-old people. This is
right?
The guy who can't watch Fox News for... he's been watching for 5 hours and just needs to watch something else. Oh, let's see what Mark Harmon is doing. He's a lawyer in the Navy.
Right. It's weird stuff on TV. I watched Comedy Central last night for a second. That Jim Jeffries has a TV show that's kind of like all the other shows, but they put him on a desk.
Yeah.
it's fucking odd. But did some sex thing pass? He talked about some sex law being passed that actually kind of makes it worse for like sex traffickers or so. I don't know. They passed some law where I think it makes it harder for people to, or more dangerous for people that are sex workers.
The only thing that I know that I think I know about what you're talking about is I think Roseanne Barr tweeted something in defense of Donald Trump about him doing work to combat sex trafficking. I was like trying to think of somebody that actually knows, because I think that what's his name, Buck Angel, knows more about how because there's statistics that show if it is legalized prostitution, how there's less rapes and murders and crimes in the areas that they have it opposed to the places they don't, or so. I don't know. There's a bunch of stats and I have no idea, but I would like to know more. I wish I knew somebody that could break it down. But Jim Jeffries, I don't know. You know what I mean? He broke it down, but I don't know. Maybe he just made up a bunch of shit too. I don't know. And then in the middle of that, there's these commercials for a dude that has a show that he's pretending to be Trump. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, it's fucking awful.
The President show, that looks really bad.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. I cut out after 10 minutes of the other one. But
I DVR something else that's on like before or after it. So I catch 15 seconds.
Yeah, I saw a commercial. I'm like, wait, what? It's a show.
Pretty piss poor, looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not even
doing a very good job.
Yeah, like what's his name does a way better one, that Saturday Night Live guy.
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you got a second rate. What the fuck? You gave him a show.
Daryl Hammond is a great one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
You know what though? I think I did hear an interview from that guy, I'm assuming, on some other talk show on Sirius XM, where the dude broke down, because he really knows a bunch about Donald Trump, like he did research on him, and it's talking about how his older brother died of alcoholism and all this other shit, and it was actually kind of, it was more interesting. I got more about Donald Trump off him than anybody in the news, in the history of all the news I've ever heard about Donald Trump. This guy broke it down in 15 minutes where I was like, oh, okay.
I get it.
Now I kind of see how he works. Yeah.
Right. No, I don't think he's the most complicated animal, and that's right. The brother, I've always, say what you will about the guy, I 100% believe the teetotaling stuff, and that's one of the reasons why.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it rocked him hard.
Yeah. Yeah, he's seen up close the destruction that it can do, and he doesn't want any part of it, and he definitely made a very conscious decision that I know what I want to be and what I want to achieve, and that stuff is not going to help me in the slightest, and so I don't want to touch it. And I think people who don't drink are fucking cool. Like, I don't want to be that guy, but I always like, I had a great aunt when I was little who, that was the story, was one time she had like 2 glasses of wine and was like, I don't feel like I'm really myself. I don't really feel like I'm in control right now. I don't think this is for me.
Yeah.
And never touched it again.
Good for them.
I fucking love people.
Yeah,
like
me too.
That. It's not me. I get a lot of satisfaction. It's a very mixed bag. Alcohol is the most mixed bag of all time.
Oh, trust me, I'm very envious.
Yeah, right. But I think it's I don't look down on people who, I look up to people who don't drink. I really do. It's cool. It's cool. You can have fun without it. Did it last night.
I do it all the time now. It's wild. John, what's up, man?
Hey, y'all were talking about the copyright deal, and right now LeBron James is going after Nick Saban, the University of Alabama head football coach, for a barbershop interview show.
Okay. I saw that. Did not click on it. So LeBron had already had in development something where it's just a bunch of dudes kicking it, where dudes can be dudes nowadays at the barbershop, and then all of a sudden Nick Saban, the storied Alabama coaches, happens to be doing the exact same kind of show.
It's a brilliant idea, and only one person could think of it.
That's right.
And that's LeBron James.
I always said there was probably a really good movie comedy to be made about the sorts of things that happen
in a barbershop.
Barbershops.
Right. I know, there's an angle there. Somebody needs to whip something up.
Hey, I snoozed and I loosed.
Yep, the king does it again. Yeah.
It looks like one of the big issues with it is it's having an immediate effect on the sex worker community. watching websites that they use to screen clients, make money, and stay safe disappear in real time. So
Is that why Craigslist shut down the personals? Gotcha.
there's a concern that it would force these workers who utilize the internet right now to try to stay as safe as possible to have them go back on the streets, which is ultimately a much less safe lifestyle for them.
Oh wow! Wait, you can't be a prostitute on the internet anymore? Is that what they're saying?
Websites are now, people are being punished up to 10 years in federal prison as a result of having these websites, so they are seeing a number of websites shut down.
Oh, okay.
Craig is responsible for what some anonymous journalist on his list
Okay.
because he's hosting it.
So, what was that? What's her name? Rebecca Bender? Could
I'll reach out to her again.
give her just. Yeah, I know. I told her she's not around, but if she could just, or Buck Angel. I really wish somebody. It sucks that I'm even bringing it up because I don't have the answers. And somebody has statistics and answers as to what is good and bad to all of that, and I have mixed opinions on all of it because I feel like you don't want people that are being forced into it, you know.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I feel bad. Is it bad? Am I wrong to say if somebody wants to do that, I'm okay with it? I hope the law doesn't make it dangerous for them. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm
all
saying.
anybody wants is to protect the innocent, and so if there was, but these are always complex ecosystems,
Yes.
and things have intended and unintended consequences, and sometimes good laws come with there's necessary ugly side effects to them. So I'm not going to take any one person's word for this, because somebody who's in favor of this bill, which passed, it looks like, with really broad support in a world where we think that every single Senate vote is 51 to 49 because the parties are so divided, this one passed 97 to 2.
Oh.
So both the parties agree that this is, but you can easily find a guy to shake his thumb at you with his fist, telling you all the reasons why it's great, and I'm positive we could get somebody on the phone within about a half an hour to tell us all the reasons why.
I mean,
you have another example of pure unadulterated evil, and I'm pretty sure the truth is somewhere in the middle.
The hope would be that,
How do sex workers feel about it?
it looks like across the board they're not in favor of this.
Oh, okay.
Who would be proposing would say, if we are taking away avenues for them to promote themselves as escorts, prostitutes, whatever, hopefully that they can find more legitimate work
Oh.
to be a part of the sex industry that's illegal.
To me, this just sounds like
End it all.
Yeah, another form of the conversation about if you legalize drugs, then you will save lives, but then here's why we don't want to legalize drugs, because that encourages drug use.
They don't want to give away free needles,
Right.
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I guess now that Trump can't get prostitutes anymore, he's definitely going to be okay to stop that. Because at one point... Oh, go ahead, Michael. Go on. What?
What makes you think he gets prostitutes?
Yeah, good point. You got me.
I don't think he sleeps with ever
Anymore?
Prostitute, straight up prostitutes.
Yeah. I mean, what's her name? She was a hooker, man.
Stormy Daniels?
Yeah.
Nah.
Said he offered them
Come on.
After. Okay, because
I feel like if you give cash to a girl after you fuck her, you think she's a hooker.
Or see, one of the most human things that I have heard about Donald Trump, a man who I don't always see in full human light, is the Playmate chick, who also she was a minor sideline to the Stormy Daniels thing. Also said she had a relationship with him and went by, was it Karen McDougal?
Okay.
Yeah, she said that they had sex. Let's just assume that what she's saying is true. Let's assume that they had sex and that afterwards he offered her some money. And she was like, ew, gross, you just made that really cheap. I slept with you because I wanted to. And he said, oh, you're special. Which is to say, I go through my life wanting to have sex with beautiful women who I just assume don't want anything to do with me. They just are attracted to my money and my stature. Oh my God, you actually slept with me because you chose to? You're special.
You believe that? That he said you're special and that's why he gave her the money?
No, that she refused the money. And that's why he said you're special.
Oh, he said did he take it?
he tried to give her money after
Right,
that section. She
I know.
said, I don't want your money.
Right, but
And
did
goes, "Oh my God, I just assumed-"
he take the money, or did he leave it there and they both walked off?
Well, I don't think it was like he grabbed a bunch of bills out of his wallet. I think it was probably, we'll get you some. We'll get you some. I don't think.
Oh,
he had
wow.
I don't think he had like
Man.
the broccoli rubber band around.
You don't think he was like T.I. and
I have no
rubber
idea.
band manned it?
I have no idea. So to me, assuming that what she said is true, that gave me a human insight.
I don't know, man.
Into this guy. So that's not prostitution.
Okay, that's your opinion,
That is
and
my
we're all entitled to them. I feel like if you sleep with a Playboy bunny and you offer her money after it, it's because you always give people money after you fuck them because they're all hookers to you. Everybody's a hooker to you.
All right. Well, maybe.
Except for maybe
Yeah.
3 of them that he married and 2 that he had a baby with or something. I bet you didn't give them money after he fucked them, but he just
Really?
gave. Well, I bet you he gave him the bank account after you get to live there. I don't think he
But
was
what
given.
about after- but
The
what
first
about
time he
after-
fucked Ivanka, I don't think he gave her cash. That's what I'm saying. I could be wrong, but I'm willing to bet that with the ones that he marries and impregnates, he doesn't give him money the first night he fucks them.
Those are the ones that are really special.
Really special. You get the card. You don't get a payment. You get unlimited. Because I watched that documentary. Those chicks go bananas when they on buying stuff.
What chicks?
The ones that he marries and impregnates.
Oh yeah.
They redecorate cities. And he gives them jobs to get them off him too.
Yeah.
Oh, she's in charge. She's in charge of everything now in Miami.
In Mar-a-Lago.
I'm gonna be over here. Whoa, what's her name? Got old.
Ivana.
Yeah. I feel like she did. It's weird to know that he didn't ever drink and she champagned it up, and he toasts all the time. He's got Cristal in his hand all the time, but he never.
Good point.
He never actually took a sip. It's for me. When I got married to Andrea, that Ken Block bought a bottle of Cristal, and so it was on the table, and I remember I had to. It was like the cheers thing, and it was. I fucking took a sip and then spat it back into the glass, and I was like, "That is, what the? That's not even how. That's like you pretty much drank anyway." But that's how I. But he did it forever, and in my opinion, could be wrong. She looked pretty bumped, but I don't know if it's because in the 80s, all girls looked like they did cocaine because of how much face makeup they had on. And that weird teased hair, you just look like you did cocaine. But she looks like somebody that did some high quality bumps, and it's like, yes, move, I'm in charge of stuff. And he would stand behind her, kind of looking embarrassed a little bit sometimes.
Okay. Well, you know way more about this than I do, but I guess he was even there for the tail end of the Studio 54 stuff. You've seen the
Which
picture.
means he's in there just dead sober.
Yeah, you've seen the picture of him on the bed in the bathrobe.
It's got to be weird to be dead sober and to have. And this is back when everyone smoked cigarettes, and they're just all bumped out, smelling like cocaine and cigarettes and booze. How? He must have. Kept a certain amount of distance from him, because when I'm super sober, your cigarette fucking drinking face is 10 times more offensive. I can't kiss you if you've been drinking. You know what I mean? It's coming off your face into me.
Yeah.
And he's just in the mix.
But people were going to Studio 54 to do their drug of choice, which may have been sex.
Oh,
or
his is
cocaine,
power.
and his is being one of the guys where all the guys are.
When he walks in, everyone goes, "Holy shit, it's Donald Trump," and he's high on that the whole time.
That's what I think. Yeah.
And there's his lawyer guy, that creepy lawyer guy that I found out from that documentary. He has the creepiest face in the world.
Is that Roy Cohn?
Yeah, and he's the lawyer for all these crazy mob guys and shit.
Right. I know him more by name and reputation. I don't know a whole lot about him.
Man, I watched that documentary. Videos of him are just, in color, where he's talking about, yes, that's actually pretty good. And he turns to the camera. You're like, fucking hell! Yeah. How does this person legally allowed to walk around in public? And then and then they dive into how he was gets all these murderer mob bosses off, and I'm like, he is hell on earth. His face is there's no scarier man's face And he just so happens to be the scariest man on the planet.
Right.
He can make presidents do shit. He got threats, son. Major threats. So he threatened... I think he sued the fucking country. Or something on behalf of Trump, and he got it.
Yeah, it's a different world, man. When I was a kid, there was another guy who, I forget his name, but the mob was always in the news when I was a kid, because in New Jersey we had the New York, TV stations, and that was a great story. The news has always just been selling awesome stories and stuff. And it was a guy, I can't remember his fucking name, but he was on the news once a month. He's like, my client has been accused by the government of these reckless allegations. And I'm like, this is human slime. This is a fucking reptile in a suit. And he's on TV once a month because he represents all of these criminals, and he's a criminal, and none of them are ever going to go to jail.
He died of AIDS? Ew. So gross. He probably gave a bunch of other people AIDS on purpose.
In 1984, Cohn was diagnosed with AIDS and attempted to keep his condition secret while receiving experimental drug treatment, participated in clinical trials of AZT, that was the first big one. Insisted to his dying day that his disease was liver cancer.
Yep. You don't want to be known for being gay because he's a Satanist. That's a true Satanist. That's the gnarliest dude. That's one of the heaviest Satanists on the planet. Marilyn Manson's a pansy compared to this man.
Oh, right. So there's that movie Angels in America, which was, I think, a play before that, and Al Pacino played Roy Cohn in that. I didn't know that's what Angels in America... I knew Angels in America was an AIDS thing. I didn't know it was a Roy Cohn thing.
I don't know anything about this movie, but now I'm going to watch it.
Man, Al Pacino's been playing creepy old white guys on HBO for a long time, huh?
Yeah, he's not to be fucked with.
That's a really weird side niche to his... Right? He's Pacino. He's a Paterno on HBO. He was Kevorkian on HBO.
Wow. He's got them all, huh?
He was Roy Cohn.
Hey, man, he nails them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a wild world.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What an amazing actor.
You know what? I think we're in a transition period right now, and it's a difficult one. It's in the 90s, everyone was talking about when the internet showed up. It's too much information and surf the web and information overload, and it really wasn't. I think now we're actually at the point where it's not too much information. It's just way more information than we're used to handling. When I talked to Daniele Bolelli, who was on Podly Crew and was on my show recently, he just made a really good obvious point, which is all of this seedy shit has been going on forever, and just most of it was kept under wraps, so we didn't know all of the gross shit that political guys were connected to and stuff like that. They put a happy face on it, and the papers were in cahoots, and they just told us this happy fairy tale about what our presidents and what our government were up to. The government isn't any slimier now than it ever was, I don't think. It's just now all of a sudden there's so many people hot on the trail calling these guys on all of this shit. And I think that's good, but for the time being it feels like the apocalypse, because it just feels like so much more shitty stuff is happening than it used to, and the reality is no, we're just finding out all the shitty stuff.
Right, so everything's great. We'll be back.
You know, I got a drip from downstairs this morning just out of laziness, and it's not bad at all. And it's strong. It's Pete's. Yeah, I don't mind it. Well, it's two parts. First, it's like what kind of beans are you using, and I like Pete's coffee, and then it's like how long do you let it sit around?
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just going to the kitchen next door because I drank machine shop coffee the first section of my life, so I'll drink anything. Yeah, see,
Bellator wants to lock in potentially a schedule. Would you want Frank Mir in?
Yeah.
All right.
Listen to this. Oh, you will be arrested. You hear that?
That is legit.
Check this out.
That's a really bad robot voice. Hey, rest it.
I had this call, but it was on my business
Man,
cell
that is
phone.
the best one ever.
Yeah, I had one the other day that was like a court case that was being filed electronically, and I needed to call back.
Does that mean that
or-
like
and it
old
was
ladies call that shit and they just fucking trash them or what?
Yeah.
Like what happens if you call them? Do they just they're just like, oh hell yeah.
They'll try to talk you into just giving them money out of fear that they'll arrest you.
Right? They just
yeah,
yeah.
people definitely fall for it.
Fuck, it's so... Like what happens if they call like does a cop get that fucking message and can he just call them back and be like you can like file to the Better Business Bureau. Oh, you can report it or something? It's probably not worth your time. I know, right? But
Well, then they do all this stuff where they mask the phone numbers and whatever, so it's like it's really hard to tell who has the number.
I've done something illegal with my taxes, and if I don't call them back, there'll be a warrant and I'll be arrested.
Oh yeah!
Like,
Play that on the radio, man.
Fuck, I deleted
That's
it.
awesome.
Pretty funny.
The problem is that like people like my mom will call those people
That's
back.
why I just
give
said
them
if
their
that's
Social
it, like
Security.
somebody calls them. What the fuck? So terrible. What people do.
You'd think with all that innovation and hard work, they could just get a job doing something. Do you know what is happening next week?
We got two different options. So. Two different options coming back. We
Yeah.
can do the say something nice or say something that you're outraged by a nice headline, kind of round robin style. Pull a headline, then we go around, say something bad about it until you're eliminated, or do the coolest guy over 60 to hang out with. First one.
Yep. My toe's getting bigger.
So we got, I don't know, 50 headlines.
All my sheets are getting way too small. Oh yeah? Gotcha.
You have
Literally no news. No idea what you're talking about.
why are we gonna do those headlines then?
and you say, I'm outraged. Why do you even have wells or whatever? You just pick something to be outraged about.
I'd be outraged that puppy contaminated my water.
Right? I'm sick and tired of puppy contamination.
We need to do something about that.
Is that echinacea medley got a rejoin on the end of it yet?
I don't think so.
Ookanuba. I think that's our Baba Booey.
Canuba is dog food. It made sense.
No.
Yes. My drink has dog food
Man,
in
that
it.
did not help your argument at all.
I had to Google it the other day. I saw it.
Man, you cannot just say that.
Jason Ellis.
I can really get in people's heads.
This is the Jason Ellis Show.
What if I punch naked women with an erection? No one's done that. Nope, that can be achieved. You have your pants off, come at me.
Faction Talk.
For just about 2 months, 10 million pounds of bio waste have been stranded in a rural Alabama rail yard right up against the town of Parrish. Population 982, and they are tired of this shit.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, you dropped a giant train full of crap and you left it there, and sure, there's not a lot of us, but that never stopped people from getting what they want.
Alabama is a beautiful state in some areas, and I would hate it if somebody dropped trash in my town.
What about if somebody moved into your town and made a huge compound and painted all their clothes pink and started making all their own food and crops and stuff, and then coming into the village and like wearing no clothes and having sex in the bushes?
Oh, we'd have to smoke them out of there.
Well, would you rather that or a shit train caboose?
Shit train.
Okay.
I'm guessing the shit train stinks.
It does. It's getting worse, and they say just wait till it gets warm.
And how long has it been there again?
Just about 2 months. Here's what happened.
I figure like after 2 months, you know, like when you see like an old dog turd on the street, it's kind of like just dried up and
No, because
it's kind of lost.
I think it's sealed in the vault of doom. I think it's stewing in there, and there's like maggots festering. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's rainy down there.
They need fire. Sorry.
Kill that poop with fire.
I think. Wait, fire doesn't kill poop.
Yeah, you can burn dung.
That's what I'm saying. Fucking gas, like pour gasoline on it, and then light it.
Mushroom cloud poop.
Yeah. Wait, is that bad?
Floating over Georgia.
Wait a minute. If the poo burns and it goes into the air, does that fuck up the ozone or something?
Makes poop rain.
I think that would probably be like a methane kind of thing. Yeah, it's not ideal, but you have to do something.
What about dynamite?
Oh yeah, explode the whale.
Just scoop it into buckets, and every citizen has to take like turns flushing it down the toilet.
What about? That's not like take care of it. Yeah, take
Piece
care
by
of yourself.
piece.
Yeah.
We're spitballing. There's no bad ideas.
What about?
Everybody has to eat a spoonful every day. One spoonful.
That's not good. What about every time you find out a whale beaches itself, get that shit down there, cut the whale open, fill it up with shit, and then zip it up, sew it up, and push it back out. Yeah.
How about this? It's already on a train. Get it the fuck out of my town.
Where was it initially headed? Like, where was the final destination?
Right? No,
like Santa's workshop?
See, that's the thing that I think the bad thing was it reached its final destination.
Now,
that was the plan.
I have the answers to all these questions.
Okay.
This is not even Alabama shit. This is shit from New Jersey.
Oh my God!
Oh,
Yankee shit!
Yeah, that poop smells really bad. I lived 28 years in Jersey.
Not gonna deal with that.
Snowflake shit.
First carpetbaggers, now this.
Yeah. You keep your shit up north.
Oh, it's all like pork roll, egg, and cheese that turned into poop.
So it had been on the
Wow.
way to New York and New Jersey. Waste management facilities have been sending their tons of shit to Big Sky Environmental, a private landfill in Adamsville, Alabama. In January, the neighboring Adamsville town of West Jefferson filed an injunction against Big Sky to keep shit from being stored where they live. And the problem is there are no local zoning laws in the town of Parrish to prevent the waste from being stored there. So Adamsville doesn't want the shit, and New Jersey and New York don't want the shit. So for now, Parrish has drawn the shortest straw.
I remember a better time when they didn't have the internet and you just didn't know everybody else's town was covered in shit.
Why were all these people taking shits in a train?
Now I have to know. Wait,
Good
what?
question.
Poop in a fucking toilet. Why did that poop end up on a train to begin with? What the fuck is going on here?
What are you talking
Is there like a bullet train full of piss?
What the fuck are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about why is there a train full of shit?
So
Why did they
what-
put it in the toilet like a human?
Why don't you work this one out for yourself?
What do you think happens when you shit on a train?
Holy
Where does it go?
I don't know. It magically teleports to a different train?
Man, if anybody wants to see Kevin's stupid face,
Isn't there
it's
10
on
tons of
YouTube
shit?
right now. At Ellis Made on YouTube. I got a
10
channel.
million pounds.
10 million pounds of shit. That's not from just like a train restroom.
Man,
Or is it?
I got to get a wireless helmet cam for Kevin because his face is baffled. And I didn't go to school.
Truly bad.
How many New Yorkers and New Jerseyans did it take to fill up fucking 10 million pounds of poop?
Oh, keep going.
Village.
Get him,
That was the size of this
One's
train
a
they were all on.
get him a stage and a microphone because he is ready to go.
I'm just confused.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are, and I love it.
It's awesome.
I mean, what's the deal with shit on a train? You could just go.
I mean, I have.
Why did it get there? How did it get there?
So there was just one really, really, really long fucking train full of everybody from New York and New Jersey. And a pipe going from each toilet that sent 10 million pounds of shit to one caboose.
You're getting warmer. You're getting warmer.
Right.
There are like shit planes where like all the
No,
shit.
I don't.
How do you get? Well, how does shit get overseas?
The people overseas.
Think about it.
Yeah, that's a deep one.
Well, if you're gonna dump it overseas, you got to put it on the ship plane.
No, it just falls out.
Okay.
That's why it
Falls
makes
out.
that loud noise.
Wait, it falls out of what? The plane?
Yeah.
Wait, you think that we're talking about a train that just has some poo? It's like a broken down train, and it just the toilets are full. Is that what you think?
Or some fucking weirdo in Alabama ordered 10 million pounds of shit and then changed his mind.
That's the only two.
Yeah, should have read the fine print on your return policy before you sent me 10 million pounds of shit. Jokes on you.
I ordered
Sky
10.
Environmental.
I ordered 10 million pounds of mashed potatoes. I don't know what this is.
I let my kid play with the iPhone for a few minutes. Next thing I know, here comes the train delivery.
Again, just spitballing here. There are no dumb ideas.
Okay.
So far.
Oh, there's a couple.
I guess I'm just completely ignorant. I'm showing my ignorance on train bathrooms.
He's
Train bathroom.
Look, Kevin is an intelligent person.
Yeah.
Who went to a special school.
That's true.
I didn't
But
take my meds today.
he's dead serious about this.
Alright, so put me out of my misery.
Nope.
No
Give
way.
me that missing puzzle piece, please.
I know, right? It's like, don't anybody give him answers either.
No tweeting.
Yeah.
No texting.
Hey, just real quick, Bobby, you're from Alabama. Yeah.
You from Poopville?
How do you feel about the poop, man?
Yeah. One correction, sir. It's not bullshit. It is human shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well said.
I'm from South Alabama, and I don't know where Parrish is. So.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they have to have your shit, though. It's fair.
Just follow the scent.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, I don't want I don't want shit in. You know what I mean? Think about if shit showed up in your town, and you just smelled shit all the time.
No.
You'd be pretty bummed out, right?
Well, I grew up near garbage dumps.
New Jersey.
That wasn't all ours.
Yeah, but you didn't. A garbage dump didn't move to your house. You moved to a garbage dump.
Well, my parents moved to a garbage dump.
Whatever. It's different if you. It's like if I'm hanging out and then you put a garbage dump near me. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
You move there.
Well, my
you're talking.
My
It's like
grandfather
those.
came over from Ireland and then lived right next to the garbage dump, and then succeeding generations, as we got a little bit more successful,
A little bit further from the dump.
Further away from the
That's
dump.
how it works. Baby steps,
Yeah.
baby. It's like there's places where I go shooting where in Rohoggies or whatever, and that town smells like cow manure. And then sometimes it doesn't, because I guess they don't sprinkle dead shit or whatever it is all year. But almost off a lot when I go there, when I get near the range, I smell it. I'm like, man, everybody here has to smell that. But you don't smell it after
Fresh
if you live
cow
there.
shit smells good. But it's the old festering cow shit that's been like on a train for days. That,
You're gonna bamboozle Kevin again.
Yeah, cow shit smells good, you say?
No, I'm talking about cow shit on a train. How to get there?
Oh, Jesus Christ! I
Told
gotta solve the human mystery first.
I told you.
How does a cow fit in a train bathroom?
So, like a fresh turd, the second it plops out of the cow's asshole, you're like,
there's a nice
yum yum yum
homey smell about it. I don't put my nose
If your
up in
home
it
is
and
made out
huff
of
it.
cow shit.
Yes, if you were raised in cow shit, I can see how it smells.
I was raised around cattle and pigs and chickens and growing tomatoes and all that kind of stuff, and it's a nice thing.
So, how soon after the turd is laid does it have? How long is that window of good smell before it's like, ew, this cow shit is really taking a turn?
I think it loses its smell primarily, but if you have it, let's say on a train, and it's out in the hot sun, it might start festering.
Let's say the cow takes a dump on a plate.
I could do this all day.
I can't believe.
Answer the question, Will.
I can't believe Kevin has successfully turned the tables. This is like when you watch a guy in pro wrestling who's just fucking left for dead.
No, I would.
Winning the match.
Right?
Okay, a cow.
Will is in a camel clutch,
A cow
and he's no way out.
Takes a dump on a plate. I say, if the plate is, let's say 50 yards away, and you just get an occasional small, subtle waft of it.
You're just like, ooh, is that periwinkle? That's something that smells good,
That's
right?
the name of the cow.
Can't win.
So it's just if it's just a little bit of shit, you're saying.
Look, Band-Aids smell good. Gasoline smells good. Crayons smell good. Play-Doh smells good.
Well, this is a fun game.
Wait, cow shit is in one of those categories?
Yeah.
Stores.
Hey, Kevin really is winning this argument because I don't think cow shit. I can understand how gasoline can smell good, but cow shit, like a fresh one, you like that?
No, I don't put my face on it and huff it.
I didn't say that, but you're obviously smelling the brand new shit that came out of a cow's ass.
Yes, you're
right. I didn't say you fucking snorted it or anything.
Olfactory sense is one of the strongest and has the biggest connection to the place in your brain where memories are stored, and that's why smells bring back such a strong
Yeah, I'm
memory.
familiar with that, but why does cow? You said cow shit smells good.
Yeah.
Is there a comparable scent that more people are familiar with that you could attribute to?
Gasoline.
So cow shit, fresh cow shit, and gasoline are very similar.
No, I'm saying it's like that in that it doesn't smell good, but it smells good.
Yeah, similarly, like not that the scents are similar, but that you can enjoy it even though it's not appetizing.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, it does straight up smells like poop, but it's good poop.
And there's a marked difference between like human shit and cow shit. The smell
Oh
of it.
yeah,
One's just
absolutely.
not
People took dumps in my home
Uh-huh.
when I was growing up, and
Yeah.
that smell never reminded me of
Right?
Can we do a game?
I wish my dad was still alive so I could smell his shit and remember the good days.
Can we do a game where we blindfold Will and bring in different pieces of shit on
Well,
a
that,
plate?
but not if it's old. It has to be a brand new cow shit, or he won't like it.
Yeah.
Can you get a train?
Can you?
I think we can get a cow in the freight elevator.
No. Can you train a cow to shit on a plate?
If cow shits in
fair.
Tupperware and we seal it right away, will that be fresh enough for you to smell it?
Yeah, I'll take a shit in a different Tupperware.
You gotta keep it across the room from. I don't want to put my face in cow shit.
So we'll just drop off the Tupperware in your office.
Look, no. We could get a cow to shit in Tupperware. Then we bring it in the room,
Right.
and we put it on the table, and he's blindfolded. Then we take the shit out.
Then
put
I
it,
take a shit.
Then we seal it. Then Kevin takes a shit in a Tupperware.
A different one?
A different shit, different Tupperware, and then we bring that in, and he smells that, and then he tells us which was cow and which was Kevin, which is the name of the bit.
Cow or Kevin?
Yeah.
But then, like, Jason has other animals. We can get some of their shit.
Kevin's ass or home.
Oh, and if you get it wrong, you are fucked.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
is just...
You just like Kevin's ass.
Yeah.
You think it's home.
I know what cows smell like.
What about like chicken shit?
I don't.
It's like the
I don't
farm.
know what chicken shit smells like, to my knowledge.
Pig shit.
I don't know.
We could stump you.
What about horse shit? Because people who are
Yeah, absolutely.
You like the smell of horse shit?
No, I'm just saying I know the smell of
Tina,
horse shit.
Tina's calling to back up Will. Tina, you enjoy cow shit? No.
Oh, you're nasty, Tina.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever insulted a fan's children before, but
Don't start now.
Yeah, you guys are out of your fucking minds. That, like, to tell my kid's like, mommy, cow shit. Like, that's weird. I didn't know that.
There's no bad smell that you like, Jason.
Look, dude, I drive through the fucking woods all the time. I know the cow shit smell.
I mean, everybody likes
It's
to smell
not
their own
good.
farts, right?
No, what? Thank you, Tina. I appreciate it. Will is not alone. Tina's proven that you are not alone, Will, but I still think it's weird that cow shit smells good. I don't think I've ever heard anybody else say that.
It's just nature.
Look, dude, I know what animal shit smells like. I just don't ever, like Tully said, I never think, I'm like, fuck.
I wish I had a scented candle.
I sniffed the cow. Oh, is that what you're saying? I want to smell like fucking
Cow
vanilla
shit-
instead?
No, cow shit scented candle. I'm just brainstorming.
You ever
here.
shit your pants and be like, memories.
From when I used to shit my pants all the time? Yeah, right.
No.
But wait, what about that? If there was a fresh cow shit candle, would you be into that?
No.
What about cologne?
You can never match the
Spray some-
authentic smell.
If they
of cow
could, would you? You'd be like, yes, you would, because you just said you enjoy fresh cow shit.
I mean, they can artificially mimic pretty much any scent. So if like you went on a first
No,
date
they
with a
can't.
girl and she had like fresh cow shit cologne and your brain didn't immediately place it, you were just like, that's a pleasant smell.
It's not a pleasant smell.
Donald. Oh wait, TT, you're saying horse shit smells better? Oh yeah?
Them's fighting words.
Oh man,
I noticed. Yeah, during Mardi Gras, they have all the horses, the cops, the mounted police.
yeah, and that's great. That's great.
And they go down to the last parade.
So you enjoy that cow shit? I mean, sorry, you enjoy that that horse shit
but
and
it's-
fresh cow
it's
shit.
reminiscent of something.
Those
You
are
might
two
think
shits
of-
that you will enjoy.
You might think of Central Park. You might think of New Orleans. At
Wait, when I
Mardi
smell
Gras.
horse shit, I think Central Park
Yeah.
in the summertime.
Yeah.
See, I think gross animal shit.
So I can get you
Yeah.
a reindeer poop scented.
Crazy me, I'm with you, Kevin. What?
I can get him a reindeer poop scented.
We're not
candle.
even talking. You're
Well,
way
that
off
reminds
the
me of
subject.
Christmas.
Do you like reindeer shit, or is that something you're not familiar with?
I don't know.
If I can get you some reindeer shit, you think you might like it?
If I grew up around reindeer, I might
Well,
like
that's a
it.
trick question. Reindeer don't exist.
What?
They're Santa's minions.
Oh my god.
Ladies, he fucking with me.
And
Shit
now I
caboose.
got him in a figure for leg lock.
Yeah, the tables have turned.
Lisa,
Wait,
Lisa, do you like cow shit?
Like unicorns.
Wait.
Wait, Lisa's on the phone. Lisa, do you like cow shit? Okay, what the fuck is going on?
What are you wearing?
Spurs. That's good.
Have you ever laughed a poopy out?
Wait, what happened 2 days ago?
Very unfunny shit.
Oh yeah, so you just love shit stuff. Okay, I know you. I got my angle with you. Good stuff.
By the way, how does your butt know to only fart and not release shit?
Right? Well, that's. I'm glad. Let's talk about it at $855.41.
Yeah, as somebody who regularly gets outsmarted by his own ass, sometimes that is not the case. Will.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, there's like two chambers, you see, and one could be stored in a chamber that you didn't know was in there, and when you release the top chamber, the second chamber releases, and hey ho, here comes the fucking turd.
Yeah, everybody knows that, Will. There's a fart butthole and a shit butthole. Do you
Yeah.
only have one butthole?
No, I have two like everybody.
All right.
It's like a potato gun or something, right?
Sometimes it can be like a potato gun. Yes, Will. I hope that answers everybody's questions
Okay.
when it comes to that.
Reindeer, Kevin, don't exist.
Wait, are you Googling it to make sure that they do exist?
No, I'm trying to find cow shit candles.
I got a cow pie candle right here.
Oh,
Hey.
Oh, it matches it up with pig farts.
Pig farts and cow pie set.
Depending on what your personal home.
Well, maybe
was
I'll
like.
meet a lady who likes pig farts.
Wait a
and
minute.
we'll, get
Chris, you can explain Will's point. Good luck.
There you go.
So, in the same way that Jason is into a particular kind of food, you're in a particular kind of animal excrement.
He's using that as an analogy, a direct analogy.
I get it.
Putting the anal in analogy.
I get it. People in America that grew up on farms want to eat cow shit.
Right.
But
You
only
get
fresh
it,
cow
Jason.
shit.
You get it.
Right.
Don't even get me started on chicken rendering plants.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh. What's a chick? No, I don't care.
Yeah. It depends. Mechanically separated chicken or
Hey,
chemically separated?
seriously, reindeer, though? Are not real? Yeah. You're contemplating
To
it.
put you on the spot here, but do you believe in reindeer?
I did not, but I do now.
Right, as of this second?
Yes.
Okay.
So you do believe reindeer are real now?
Now I do. Now that you guys have fucking shamed me into it.
The Vikings used to ride them. Did you know that, Andrew?
Is that real?
That's amazing.
That's not real.
Oh. Man, how the fuck?
Welcome to Gas Leak Radio.
I know, there must be a gas leak in the studio.
God,
I
I was
swear.
the dumb one for sure.
I mean, I had never seen a reindeer. I always just assumed that they were made for the lore of Santa.
Have you ever
Saying Santa's not real?
But I know those motherfuckers don't fly.
Or do you?
100% they do not. That's made up.
Where would you say they live if they existed?
Have you heard of
The woods?
flying squirrel?
On this planet.
The woods?
Not the North Pole.
No. That'd be too cold. I imagine.
Wait, this guy likes
using deductive logic.
this guy likes dog shit. Mike, welcome to the show. Yeah. You like dog shit, yeah? Make it colder. Okay.
Wait,
What's
did you say fresh on the pillow?
Wait. Your dog shits on your pillow?
So when you walk the dog and poop starts coming out, do you like bend over and get your face close and like waft it up to you? Because that's the good bit. Once in a while, what the fuck?
Right. It'd be better if he could just shit on the pillow. Right.
Or in a Ziploc bag. Really.
Does anybody else in your life know about this?
All right.
The beer store with the thank you bag. Gotcha.
Brown paper.
Try that.
He's huffing his dog shit. That's awesome.
It sounds like it.
All right.
All right.
We're gonna do something, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
So we're done with the shit train.
I guess.
Yeah. Do you want to? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've done enough learning for today.
Reindeer,
I don't
cow
think you
shit. Yeah.
I really don't think you have.
Vikings.
Okay, so you got a thing there with a bunch of things inside of it, Kevin?
Yeah. So I guess what we're going to be doing is
You're sitting nearest to the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't prep this, but
do you have any idea what we're about to do?
Yeah, we're going to pick headlines out of a jar and find some way to be offended by them. Kind of like we've done a bit previously where, you pull horrible things out of a hat and have to say nice things about it.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing these are going to be fairly milquetoast headlines that we have to generate outrage for.
Right. Everybody
do it.
is outraged by everything nowadays.
Yeah.
Is it possible to be outraged by anything?
These are like the most non-outragey headlines you could possibly get. There's no way you could be outraged by any of these headlines.
I'm outraged that you believe I will not be
Here we go. Strangers rally around 13-year-old whose rock museum was robbed.
I'm outraged that a 13-year-old has a rock museum.
Me too.
I reckon it sucks, and why would anybody? Who the fuck let you organize a room full of stuff? You don't know anything. You're 13.
Well, I'll go one further than that. Who gave you the right to take those rocks from their natural habitat?
Oh, wait.
Am I supposed to be mad that somebody stole them from you?
You steal
How did
it!
you get them?
You're exactly. And you know what else? This guy his parents are spending money on a stinking rock.
They should be stoned to death.
There are people who are starving.
Yeah, we should stone them on television.
I agree.
And the proceeds should go to Mother Earth, who was raped from her rocks.
Yeah, so these rocks weren't even like local rocks. You probably got them from overseas, unknown provenance.
Mm-hmm.
They probably got diseases in it.
Could.
Diamonds.
Robbing antiquities.
They could kill the crops and the farmers.
They could kill the crops. Fuck the farmers.
I'm more outraged that a bunch of strangers rallied around a 13-year-old. Seems a little creepy to me.
Oh man, he wins. That's way better, right? What the fuck are you doing? Like, yeah, we're gonna stop this 13-year-old from having his rocks taken. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Go to work.
Someone stole your rocks? Come here, 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Pick a headline, Kevin.
Okay. Let's see. Hope I don't get the poop train. Okay.
You will never get the poop train.
I know.
Robot becomes part of the community after easing daily burden of water collection in remote village.
Just the first step in the total control of robots over people.
Yeah, robots come over here and take our jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Very offended. You weren't even born here, robot.
Maybe there's a lonely person in that town that would have preferred to be part of the community.
What about that guy in the village that fucking hates water?
What?
I'm pretty offended on how racist you are towards robots. I mean, holy shit, not even from here is brutal.
I know.
Hey, look, man, do you want full blue-blooded Americans getting jobs? Or some, oil-blooded robot taking them?
Yeah. Aren't you on in a couple of hours?
I prefer the blue bloods. Andrew has not participated in this at all.
Yeah, what's your take on robots, Andrew?
Well, I'm offended that you are taking away the public's opportunity to learn how to create potable water.
He's out, right?
Spoken like a true robot, yeah. Why don't you pick the next headline, Andrew? And start us off. Good one.
Missing boy brings barbecue dinner to officers who toiled to find him. Well, I'm offended if the officers are vegetarians.
Yeah, meat is murder.
Yeah.
What's toiled?
Spent a lot of time
Hmm.
working.
So in other words, they wasted time looking for this kid when they could have been helping people whose houses were on fire?
Wait, houses were on fire?
Potentially.
They're the fire department. Of course they have important things to do besides go look for a kid who just ran off.
And how old was this kid?
It doesn't say.
Wait, they had a barbecue with him?
So the missing boy brought barbecue dinner to the police and fire officers who toiled to find him.
Right,
I think it's why are we still calling him the missing boy when he's not missing?
And also,
I feel like that's disrespectful to people who are currently missing.
This is obviously the family's way of trying to prevent a lawsuit from happening.
I'm also offended at the kid's parents, who obviously aren't good parents if he went missing.
Yeah, they're bribing with meat. Offensive.
You already lost him once, now you're letting him travel with strange meat to the other side of town.
What kind of parents are these?
I wonder if it's that good meat that Canelo eats.
Did you see the video of the Canadian vegan protesters outside of a restaurant called Antlers?
Yeah.
I heard people talking
Wait, what
about that.
What does Antlers sell, though?
Deer.
Oh, okay.
So they were protesting outside, so the chef just started butchering meat in the window.
Yeah, well...
When the cops showed up, they're like, yeah, he's going to do something about that. It's probably a health code violation for him to be butchering out in front of the restaurant anyway. And they just watch the cop go inside, and they can't hear what they're saying. They're just watching the cop and the chef who's butchering the deer laughing with each other.
Oh, shit.
That's hilarious.
The end of that? That's the end of that story?
It was a 2-minute video, and that's as far as it went. Yeah.
Man, I was trying to have a nice dinner one night a few years back, and some people came in all shouting about meat and shit. And I'm like, come on, man.
At your dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of... Look, if you want to be angry at it, that's cool, but I just want to... If you're going to do something, how's that help?
It doesn't.
You know what I mean? If I want to help, then maybe tell... I just don't understand yelling at somebody at dinner how you thought that was... That's such a bad look for people that want to not eat meat.
Also,
I don't think
you're not convincing. You're venting.
No, yeah, and they did the same thing in the middle of the street and blocked traffic in all directions to talk about meat, you know. And then there was another protest that was exactly like that, and a bicyclist. That's who it was. They were blocking the street, and I was like, dude, you're just making me hate bicyclists right now.
I hate
You told him
bicycle
that.
guys.
You know, I did tell the vegans that. I said, this is why people hate you.
Didn't that lady that shot the people, she was a weightlifting vegan?
Yeah, and she was upset that YouTube had changed its monetization policies over the past couple of months.
Oh wow! It was like she didn't like YouTube.
It's a frustrated YouTuber.
So I think like if you're under 1,000 subscribers, YouTube changed the law or changed their policy that you won't get money if you have less than 1,000 subscribers. And as a vegan bodybuilder, this woman had less than 1,000 subscribers and was therefore that might have been the tipping point, it appears.
Wait, you get money if you have 1,000 followers?
If you have more
You
than
qualify
1,000,
for
yeah.
monetization, but
Like, what kind of monetization do you get for like
Nothing.
she wasn't
A
getting
fraction
any.
of a cent for every view or something, probably.
it's probably even worse than that. Like, to actually get a check cut to you from YouTube is fairly difficult.
Yeah.
Well, the story that I read was like her brother or some member of the family was like, yeah, she was always going around talking about how YouTube ruined her life. So
Oh,
she's a
okay.
crazy person.
Yeah. And like they put those pictures of her out. She has the face of a crazy
I
person.
never saw the pictures, but
She's very loony.
I hate to bring it up, but I mean, the gun thing. But she got a gun.
I
Her
mean,
gun.
there was
She had a
also a
handgun or
story I
something.
saw that police had seen her sleeping in her car a couple days prior and had not done anything about that. Had just like checked in on her, and I don't know, it was just
Wait, she was homeless.
sleeping in her car.
People are
That
sleeping on the
sucks.
sidewalk every day.
She's got kind of like the similar facial features of that guy that shot up like the kindergarten. Like she's got like the super
Man.
tiny mouth and bug eyes, and it's like if you have that super tiny mouth and bug eyes, I'm for rounding all those people up.
No, I don't.
You tiny mouthers.
No, she doesn't
What?
like Dingo.
I'm not outraged by that.
She's not homeless. She actually left her home in San Diego 3 days ago. She was reported missing by her family. They actually did inform the police that she was upset with YouTube. The police found her sleeping in her car, not far away from YouTube, just a day or two ago. Then they took her off the missing persons list because she told them she was fine, and then she committed the shooting. So.
Thank you.
But did the cops who found her know that there was some crazy woman on the loose who'd vowed to destroy YouTube at all costs?
She
They
vowed to?
According to what I read, her father had informed the police when he made the missing persons report.
Right, but I'm saying, but did the cops who found her, were they aware of if I call the police and say, hey, just so you know, my daughter has vowed to revenge against YouTube, that doesn't automatically get transmitted to every single police officer in the United States.
Right.
I know they did clear her from the missing persons report, so I don't know what data was in that report, but they did make contact with her a day before because she was in her car.
It would be impossible to keep officers informed of every single person who said they're angry at something. You know?
Yeah, there's crazy people and there's crazy people who will slip through the cracks and do awful things. There's criminals who will slip through the cracks and do awful things. You just do what you can to manage that reality.
Right.
I watched one of her videos, and it was super weird.
Exercise video?
Crazy?
She was doing like you ever seen that video with all the industrial goth kids under a bridge and they all they break out dancing?
No.
That's great.
No.
Yeah,
it sounds
everybody knows
they
about
all
this?
kind of do the same move. It's like this weird spastic, like twist your arm over here, twist it over there, and I'll do like a side kick.
People have dubbed over like pop music
Yeah.
to these goth kids like all dancing at the same time.
She does a very mellow version of that, but it's mirrored, so it looks like there's two of her doing it, just set to like the most bizarre techno. It was a lot of just weird shit like that, I guess.
Is it funny?
It's actually kind of eerie now.
Okay.
Knowing if you saw it beforehand, it would probably be funny, but you'd probably be a little creeped out by it. Now it's just straight up eerie.
I'm sure if you had an infinite amount of time to do a deep dive on every would-be YouTube star, you'd find some truly deranged people.
Yeah.
Of course.
Does it come across as like a video Tosh would put on his show as like a
No.
YouTube redemption thing? No, it's different.
No. It's not like that.
Is there a name?
It's very sad.
Is there a name for a dance move that kids do nowadays where their arms are really really stiff and they just?
Yes.
What is that?
That's the Pee Wee Herman.
It got big with like a dancer that Katy Perry brought on tour with her.
Oh, okay. Their arms are
left
very
shark?
stiff, and one goes in the front and one goes in the back, and then you go to the other side. So then the other one goes in the front, and the other one goes in the back. Because every time I go to a basketball game and they put kids on camera, they do that dance.
There's a very famous, super skinny white kid that is like the best at it. He was part of
the best at it.
He's impressive.
What?
It's hard to do that dance move, and like he was featured.
Wait, you
in-
can't
I just
dance.
said every single child at
I
every
know.
Kids can do it.
Wait, can you give it a shot, Andrew?
Yeah.
I can
Please.
film it for the shows.
Yeah, that was a really What? How
You
does
gotta
that?
put some groovy music behind
How does it go again?
You gotta do it for a full minute.
I need like
A
some
beat?
music.
Oh man.
Give me a beat!
Do you really? Hang on.
Wait, here comes a beat.
No, but the video's not gonna have sound. I'm gonna look like an insane person.
Oh no!
There's no way that's what it looks like.
Nope.
Can we get a video of somebody else doing it? That's no way somebody
I
dances
think
like
that's
that.
it.
You look like
No,
you're jerking off.
They don't dance like
that.
that.
Wow.
It's a backpack kid. Yeah, that's
right.
it.
Can't be right.
It's impressive. I don't know why it's impressive.
I think you think it's impressive
Yeah.
because of what you do when you do it.
Yeah.
What you just did, that was not impressive.
You can't do it, Kevin.
I haven't seen it.
That's a bad.
I could try and do what you just did.
Right. Wait till he sees it, then he'll emulate it, and then he'll smoke
Yeah.
you.
Do you think he'll get it right?
I think he'll get it better than you. I mean, dude, now I'm watching it.
Oh, what a
What's
weenie.
wrong with you, Andrew?
I'm not
That's
saying
but that's nothing like it. You were doing nothing like
I think I
it.
was nailing it.
That's not impressive. That's not.
And
hard to
it's
do.
and I'm with Kevin. It's not impressive.
It's
I'll
as
fucking
hard
do
as
that.
like pat your stomach and circle your stomach and pat your head. It's like that's impossible.
What?
That's a thing.
It's impossible?
I just did it with ease.
But what these?
Andrew, and if you want to get the camera rolling, go ahead and do it now.
Wait. Don't do it
Turn
yet.
off my mic.
Turn on the camera before you try it. Don't try it yet.
Oh yeah, hold on.
I'll start like circling my head and my stomach. This is a thing. I'm not crazy.
It's not a thing. I'm watching it on TV. It's not a thing. It's for idiots. Why can't you do that? Why can't you do that?
Because it's your body and your mind.
But everybody can do the rub the thing. Why can't you?
Tummy and pat.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! That is amazing.
Fuck.
Wow, you're an athlete! Yes, you are. Yeah.
You are one of a kind.
Man!
Backpack.
Can you...
I laid out in this segment.
Can you
with the
do...
train shit and everything?
Can you, like, throw tennis balls at the wall and catch them with both hands? No way, right?
No, I'm good with that, yeah.
Can you juggle?
Yeah.
What? Okay.
People can call in, pat your stomach or pat your head and circle on your stomach.
Look,
is it something that's like
everybody can
accepted?
Everybody can do it. You're gonna get it.
I just did
It's
it.
right up there with walking and chewing gum at the same time.
Yeah.
Somebody will call like a friend of Will's and say that they enjoy fresh cow shit, but most people, yes, they can do it, and you can't.
Can you do that dance, Kevin?
Yeah.
I don't think you can do that dance.
Okay. Watch me. Ooh,
Give
watch
him a
me.
beat.
Watch me.
Stanky
Can you
leg.
do it as fast as this backpack kid?
He's just like a fucking spaz.
Doing it fast.
What? Yeah. Fuck
Just
this guy.
doing an arm wiggle.
All right, here comes Kevin.
All right.
Yeah.
That is not it.
You got it, Kevin.
It's not. It's
You kind of went in and out of it, but you are doing it correctly.
You're closer than him. You're fucking it up.
It doesn't even look cool when he does it.
Yeah, but you're fucking it up.
When he does it because he looks like he's
Dead.
satanic.
I mean, he looks like a half-aborted fetus.
All right, it's a kid.
Man, you guys are petards.
He definitely
Really?
looks dead on the inside.
That is not a cool dance move.
It's
I'm
not-
impressed by that. That's like leagues away from the moonwalk.
No, he's.
Andrew, can you move on?
Yeah, can you move
Oh yeah. Here comes the moonwalk.
Because I won't.
I may have to follow our Instagram after all.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Woo!
Wait, why can't you do that?
I don't have like the right shoes, and this carpet, it's not good. It's
Hey,
gotta
the
be, like,
sun
a
was in
little
my
slippery.
eyes.
It's not.
Try it again.
What the fuck? Oh man!
Wow.
Dude.
All right,
I can throw
at
a
the Jason
football.
Ellis show if you want to see all that.
Moving with Andrew, our new signature segment. We know it's radio.
That was frightening.
He does like he does a worm with his head while he's doing the moonwalk. It's a lot of work.
I have a couple other headlines I want you to take a crack at.
I'm offended at headlines. I'm sick of hearing about them.
How many trees had to die for this bit?
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting that you should ask because instead of using trees, scientists are making sustainable paper out of manure.
Okay, finally, that is a really good idea. But I'm offended because
You're taking away Will's favorite air freshener.
I don't want to. What about all the dyes that they're going to have to put in there and the poisons that they're going to have to add to turn it from brown to white?
Right.
I'm offended. I'm gonna have to touch shit.
Or are we now drawing on brown paper with white markers? Is that what every pen is now white ink? I don't like it. I don't want to do that.
If it goes as far as converting it into toilet paper, now I'm wiping my shitty ass with shit. Offended.
I'm actually okay with that.
Plus, cows fart and they make the ozone layer go away. It's just another way to destroy the environment.
How about this? Kids are already on their way to being totally paperless. This is going to get them back in the habit of using paper, and then paper's going to be huge again, and there's no way they're going to be able to make all the paper the kids are going to need out of manure, which is going to lead us right back to where we started, murdering trees.
Right, so way to waste everybody's time writing on cow shit.
Fuck you, science.
A police officer stops to help motorists. They end up saving a choking infant.
People probably got in a traffic delay because of this.
I respect a human being's right to die.
They're probably profiling the people. That's why they pulled over that baby.
I'm offended that people try to stop God's work.
God's plan. That's a good one.
Where were the parents in all of this? Isn't that their
Yeah,
job?
yeah.
Does the government need to tell them how to raise their children?
Does Daddy not know the Heimlich?
Man quits day job to soothe dementia patients with nostalgic barbershop experience.
I'm
Barbershop
offended.
Sucks. I'm outraged.
They stole that idea.
He was at the barbershop?
No, he makes a nostalgia barbershop experience for people with dementia so they can, remember old times, like I do with my couch.
But then they'll forget it. What's the point?
Yeah, they're demented.
Yeah.
What if that brings up bad memories and makes them more demented?
What if it brings up bad memories and then they grab the straight razor and cut your fucking head off?
Yeah, it could happen.
That was really...
Starving children. These crazy old people need haircuts.
Right? That's kind of like this story. College students...
They'll forget. Who the hell touched my hair?
College students rush into a burning building to save 90-year-old man.
Yeah, once again, if you're 90 and the building's on fire, God's plan was for you to die, and you're fucking with it. 'Cause it doesn't make any sense.
They're just reacting to the society's
Tax.
pressure to make them feel like they're obligated to save a 90-year-old man when all of their lives mean so much more than some old person.
I agree. What about the food that they had to eat and the shower and the gas that it cost a fire truck to get there so that this dude could live a little longer so he could take old man poopies in the toilet to poison the fishies of the ocean? It's fucking disgusting.
It is!
Waste of resources.
I'm offended.
Stranger Things stars swoop in.
I'm offended. I fucking hate that show. I hate everything about it now. Those brothers stole the whole idea from somebody else.
To comfort kid after classmates fail to attend birthday party.
I don't like the guy with the cleft lip. I don't even think he's that talented. And I think I'm offended that it's like, oh, now I'm a star. Like, kids want to make out with you. I'm like, dude, you're gross.
Do we have to give a participation trophy to everybody?
I'm offended that Bobby Bill Bobby has her name. You're a girl. You can't be Bobby Bill Bobby. What the fuck? Just because you think you're some rock and roll actor, bitch? Like, spare me. You ain't that good.
Isn't this a band-aid that's just going to keep this kid from learning how to make real friends when Hollywood goes away?
Yeah, how's it going to deal with the tough times?
If you don't turn back into a monster, I don't even like you like in a year from now.
Yeah, that was an important lesson in disappointment, and they ruined it by giving him unexpected. You know, you go ahead, Charlie.
No,
my brain just gave the fuck up. He's like, you know what, asshole? I'm out of here.
It gave up long ago.
It's like, really, dude? Reindeers? Peace.
Pretty much trying to wrap your brain around the poop tree.
I need a
nap. Two more. Scientists believe they found a way to stop future hurricanes in their tracks.
God's will.
What'd the hurricane ever do to you, science?
Playing God with the weather. Maybe they're fucking up weather somewhere else.
I'm just offended that you think that that's true. That's one of those things where they tell you that we've got it all figured out, and then it comes and it kills you. And they go, oh, fuck, we're a little off again.
Yeah, I don't need the government controlling my weather. And while you're at it, keep your hands off my Medicare.
And we're not spinning a yarn here. Knitting may boost health and happiness.
I'm offended because knitting is lame, and I think sheep deserve their jackets.
Yeah, where they get that yarn from? From torturing poor animals?
It looks beautiful on the sheep. It's going to look shitty on your grandson.
Yeah, how you like a dead animal hanging off of your grandkids.
Right, and don't even get me started with shaver bone. Sheep hate that.
Put a little sensitive skin on there. True.
Yeah.
That's all my
Is that it?
advice.
Good. All right. Wow.
Woo!
That's great.
It's
really good show, guys.
Yeah. Close her down. That break had a little bit of everything.
Downstairs? Main Abrios. They said that they're what do you call it? McDonald's is being renovated, so they're getting tons of business because people are going to the McDonald's. Yeah, they usually have. They won't. You know the banana one that you like sold out like the other day? You'd asked for one, and all they had left was bran. I didn't know if you wanted bran. Yeah, anything. If they don't have them there, do you want me to get you one from the cafe downstairs?
watched this. I think I already told you. I watched this TV show about Australian border.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's funny as fuck.
It's so funny. It's so funny. All those Australian shows are just hilarious.
They're a little suspicious.
Kevin, do you have the ability to put music behind videos?
Yeah, if I have a little bit of it.
I don't know what's better, leaving it dry or putting something behind it. Good dance.
Well, I was gonna put all three of those videos together, just use 20 seconds of each in one clip.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, of course. But what do I do with it? Yeah, but do I need to go down to get it? Okay. Go ahead.
Yes.
Splash.
The medley, right?
Yeah. That jingle stuck in my head, man. It's so fun.
Do you want to do a bit or talk, or what are you thinking?
Talking.
Okay.
There's tons of news that we didn't get to.
Yep.
So just try to riff off that. Will he be for the lockdown? Just trying to riff off. Kevin,
What's up?
can you be into it?
Sure.
I've had a couple of experiences lately.
Scary sounding.
Hi, this is Kevin in apartment A109. Can I give a name for the guest list?
Two?
Jeff? 1394. Oh, thank you.
out here. Andrew, you can be out here. Yeah. Anyway, they're supposed to text Betsy right here, but she's out making thing. So maybe Betsy will text you. What's your cell?
The fuck?
It's 2:40. 45 seconds. Dang.
Sometimes the best things come from accident, right? We'll find out in a minute.
I have this theory that my Instagram is being locked and it cannot go past 195,000 followers.
Locked.
Won't go past it.
Does that?
Oh shit! Sorry.
Has that happened before? Is that like a thing Instagram's known for?
No, it's just my paranoia. Getting it in there real quick, but it won't. I cannot click. Here's my angle. If everybody could follow me real quick and go up to 196, then I'll believe it.
That makes sense.
At Wolfman. If anybody can be fucked.
Scientific experiment.
Thanks, Tully. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I'll see if it goes up by the end of the day. And then I'll be like, whew. But I feel like I know after I told the BJ, it went down 3,000.
Wow.
But I felt like it was weird because I watched it happen.
It's the government.
And I was like, wait. Like it just went ding, ding, ding. I'm like, wait, did I just see that? Or I guess maybe it just wanted to show me that? I'm like, oh, that was weird.
I'm still trying to break the double digits, so, you know.
What's your thing again?
I don't know.
Because you're confusing, man.
I know. I have two of them.
I got 3.
Political.
Yeah, I'm thinking about leaving my one and doing an Ellis one and making it more my one. Because I feel like I'm going to have to disappear somehow a little bit from...
society.
No, from my daughter.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she knows, like, there's, we say all kinds of crazy stuff, and I'm like, that's my, man, I'm an entertainer. That's my job.
Right.
It doesn't have to make sense. It pays the bills,
Yeah.
Like, as soon as you can do what I do and get paid a bunch of money, Daddy's okay with that too. You go ahead and do it, but you can't. I can't. So, don't pay attention to it. She really doesn't. She's not interested in it at all. She's just like her mother. But still, I would maybe when she gets a little older, I maybe would just rather she doesn't follow the entertainer. Maybe I'll just have a private account where I'm like,
here I'm being crazy.
and here's the other one where I'm being normal. And I think maybe if I had one where I was being normal, I think that one would go past 195.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think I've said too much.
If I had just one account for each person who lives inside my head, I'd be all right.
I tried that, but the other person kept talking on the other person's account, so it never works. I really tried that. I was like, I'll just have a dark person account. But then the light guy gets a hold of it, and the dark guy's on the light one. It's over.
I've been
Makes no
really
sense.
fighting the darkness lately.
Have you?
And having some success.
Lifesavers, it's not called that, is it?
What?
It's a lightsaver? Is it a lightsaver?
There are lifesaver candies.
The sword thing with Darth Maul.
A light saber.
Saber, that's right. I know I say it wrong. Lightsaber. That's what I say. Just like, who's the gay? Liberace. There you go.
Liberace.
Yeah, that's how I do it, man. Dobermans.
Dobermans.
Yeah. I do Doberman now, but I've done Doberman my whole life. I just did not, you know what I mean? Because uneducated moron.
My brother-in-law still says cucumber.
Who?
My brother-in-law.
Says what, though?
Cucumber.
That's scary.
Yeah, I know.
Especially being from Alabama. That's like...
And I said fire dehydrant forever.
But I know what you're saying when you say that.
Yeah.
Right.
But I've been fighting the darkness. I had I had this like life-changing experience a few months ago, and then I noticed...
Is that when you became a cartoon?
No. And I noticed that in the car... I was about to get revved up about this guy who was acting like a dick on the road, and I kind of closed my eyes for a minute because it's okay because we're sitting at dead stop traffic, and let him disappear from my vision, and I let go of the situation, and it was good.
That's great advice.
Because I used to kick cars that would almost run over you on the crosswalk.
Man, that's so.
See that.
It's very angry of you.
Yeah, has anybody ever retaliated?
Well,
if you actually hit the car, if you actually hit the car,
I'm the type of person that gets like nobody is threatened by me. So if I make any sort of aggressive move on anybody, it's an instant fight. I'm immediately nose to nose with somebody.
In New York,
yeah.
I kicked a car, and then I looked at the plates, and it had mayor plates on it. It's just, it was like the mayor's escort, the police escort for the mayor, and they.
Yeah.
And I got out of there. And then
disappeared into the shadow.
What do you mean you ran off?
Yeah, and then
grappling hook.
You ran off.
One time, my foot almost got caught in the wheel well.
Yes.
So that was
you
not
kicked
good.
the wrong bit.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
That's really raging out when you kicked the wrong bit of the car that would be enough for your leg to get pulled into the vehicle.
The car, yeah.
Foot in anywhere, like you fucking ruler.
I got gout kicking something out of anger. So you gotta watch yourself.
Yeah, one of those things could happen.
Man, nobody gets gout from.
But
there you go, everybody. Don't rage out, and you'll get the gout.
A few months ago, I was going through a crosswalk, and this guy just right in front of me, going like 40 miles an hour, and I just kicked the shit out of his car, and sure enough, he stopped. And got out, and you never know what you're going to do in this situation until you come across it. But this guy looked like kind of like a slimmer, healthier Hulk Hogan guy.
Wow!
And
kick my car, brother.
Wait, did he have long blonde hair, but just at the back?
No, he had hair, a long blonde hair, but all
he had all of it. Okay.
Yeah,
maybe it was riffraff.
No, it was just like this white, like a Honda type thing that had been souped up a little bit. Anyway, this guy gets out of the car and goes, did you kick my car?
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah.
And he said, why did you kick my car? I said, dude, that's a red light there. You can't go through the red light. There's pedestrians here. And he's like, you can just see him getting ready to punch. And then he pulls up his shirt and he's got a pistol in his pants.
Cool.
And I look, but
you should have just lifted yours up, but then whipped your dick out.
And I just
now you're back.
Yeah.
That is how you win that one.
Yeah, I always keep my boner there anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It feels good.
Yeah. I thought I look this is the way it's all gonna end. I'm not gonna go out like a pussy. So I just stood there. I wasn't gonna back down or act scared,
dude.
whatever.
You're gonna use that.
And I look over at the back of his car, and he's got one of those stencil cutouts of Jesus. And
that's scary.
I'm standing in front of a church.
Okay.
And he looks.
He's church security.
Back at his car, and then he looks up at the church. He goes, "You know what? You're lucky I'm a Christian. Or I will beat the shit out of you."
But why show the gun?
And I said, hey man, I've seen a lot of people almost get hit and people get hit in this intersection, and it pisses me off. And he's like, I understand, man. And we ended up shaking hands and him getting back in his car. But then I thought to myself, I could have just been shot.
Yes. I think I threatened to kill me.
You know?
Because,
I hope we're all learning here, ladies and gentlemen.
He wasn't letting me merge, and I finally got in and gave him the finger. So he slammed on his brakes, came around with his window down, and it was just dead stop traffic. So we were locked next to each other, and he just goes, "Why'd you give me the finger?" I was like, "'Cause you almost caused an accident just not letting me in." And he just goes, "I'm going to kill you."
Wow, that's even scarier.
Yeah, and he said it so deadpan. So I don't know, just instinctually, I pulled out my phone. And I just held it up, and I went, "Say that again?" And he got out of there.
Oh, that's good.
Because his lane of traffic started moving, but I was stopped dead. I couldn't go anywhere. But people behind him were honking, and him thinking that I was recording him, he immediately chickened out.
Oh, that's a good idea. Last night when I was leaving the Clippers game, some guy, it's just a clusterfuck trying to get out of the parking lot, and some guy blatantly cut in front of me, and then yelled at me he said he would kick my fucking ass if I bumped him squeezing in front of me. And I don't know how, my wife was in the car, so I would have done something stupid if she hadn't been there.
Right.
But then when we went outside, okay, I want to say accidentally. It wasn't totally an accident. I ended up back in front of him, and he took this as me one-upping his
challenge.
So we're sitting in, every car that just left an arena is in 2 lanes now trying to get on the freeway, and he's got his high beams on behind me, and and it never occurred to me if you just film them that maybe neutralizes it. I also got into this has never happened to me before, an argument with a listener of this show on Facebook over the weekend.
Whoa,
really?
He told me he was going to beat me up when we went to Alberta.
Why?
Because I disparaged the Lord.
Oh.
Well, the Lord would want physical retaliation.
Right, that's what Jesus would want. What would Jesus do? He would kick your ass.
That's what I said.
Was he serious or was he joking?
And then he only got angry.
Oh no!
You can't talk.
Wait, you think he's for real?
I think he meant it at the time. We made our peace later. We were in touch later, and it's all good. But yeah,
come on, everybody,
he told me I was smug and holier than thou, and I said I'm.
But that's all true.
I said I'm smug.
Yeah.
I had a,
but not holy.
Just really quick, if you're a Christian or a Catholic or or a Muslim, I respect that. Jewish people, I respect that. I'm still allowed to voice my opinion, and I'll razz everybody for everything. But I don't think that it all needs to. Don't come at us for that. I've got religious friends, and I don't behind their back think they're morons or anything. I have the utmost respect for Steve. I just keep thinking of somebody that I really love, Steve Caballero, who's a full-on Christian, and he's like, look, the Lord is talking to me. I'm like, okay, fucking, I believe you.
I feel kind of the same way about them as I feel about the people who were never tempted to drink in the first place.
But if Steve Caballero told me that he was going to beat me up when I got to Alberta, I'd be like, okay, dude, now I don't like religion. So that guy who said that to Tully, you're making God look bad, because I want everybody to love everybody. I reckon that would be the best move, and it just seems like people like that make you look bad. No one's coming to my town. I'm not beating anybody up.
Everybody can have a bad day and get angry.
Oh yeah, like me. I might kick a car.
You need therapy, dude. That's pretty windy to still have that in you.
Well,
that's a very, very dangerous situation that showed you your gun.
That really impacted me in a major way, because there are a lot. I mean, this used to happen even more frequently, that there would be shootings on the highway. Some people get in an argument, aggressive driving thing, and somebody would get shot. It can happen. It does happen.
I went live yesterday just to point out there's this road on the way to my house where you have to merge in, and tons of people that drive up that road every day know not to and go to the very end and fuck with you.
Yes.
And I was pointing out, I was like, watch this. I'll show you. And I was yelling and everyone was like, oh, I can't. But I was doing, I was being a fake, I was yelling because I was pretending how fucked up it is. But I do every day.
Yeah.
I have to block it out.
I do too.
Because
I do the same road.
I will just I don't get anywhere, and I just watch one after another barge in, and I'm like, what are you gonna do? Because I used to be the guy who would barge in. I'm like, it's not cool to do that, and I would find out by barging in, you do piss somebody off every time, and I don't want to have an argument with anybody on the way home. So I just get in line, and when you're somebody like me that always knows there's a shortcut, you always see that if you could go there, you would be there faster. I just can't help that. That's what I see. I always see little gaps everywhere I could sneak in and make places. So, and I can hear my brain going, oh, that's like 15 spots right there. You just let go. You know what I mean? And I'm like, shut up, dude.
But here's the real
You'll
deal
get
on
home.
that, because I drive that same road every day, and do this today. You'll notice that the cars that are like flying around and switching lanes and shit, you'll see them again at the red light. 100%. You will. You absolutely will. It does them no good, and just that realization also helps, knowing that these people think that they're doing something and they're not.
What about if you got boots with, like, in the Roadhouse where the knife comes out, and then you can kick a car and pop their tire?
Well, I've got steel-toed boots.
Yeah, but that's nowhere near like a knife coming out.
I got
then you'd be like, and then they'd be like, you kick my car. I'd be like, no. Press the button so the knife goes back in. Be like, you shake my tire. How is that possible?
For sure.
Well, how did I stab your tire?
For sure, my boot would get stuck on their car and I'd be dragged down the highway.
Just twist your foot off.
Yeah. It's just I have this sense of justice that, it's stupid, but I have the sense of justice that people shouldn't cheat, and
but that's
should
because
get what they
that's because of your
deserve.
childhood. You're trying to do something you didn't do before, and now you're reenacting it. You're saving the day. You feel like you need to save somebody. You need to help somebody. You're the protector because somebody didn't protect you.
Interesting.
Could be. Maybe not.
Well, maybe, I don't know.
I mean, that's a free one, so it might not be real.
Thanks, buddy.
That may or may not be true, but I also think it's always telling when there are like it's rational to be a little bit, I don't know, concerned that if you were on a plane and it crashed that you would die. That's rational. When you go, I can't fly anymore because I'm so terrified. It's when your reaction to a situation outweighs the situation. So if somebody gets really, 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 really angry about somebody cutting them off, yeah, you got cut off. That sucks. That's aggravating, but there's something else going on that makes you get that angry about it. That's all.
Yep. The anger already has to exist there. That's just the little spark that sets it off.
You got to get a hold of that, Will. Or
I do.
Get into wrestling.
Hey,
you'd be great in wrestling.
Or funnel it into hate being.
Think about it, wrestling. You don't have to in wrestling. You could be like the Undertaker. He's not in shape. He just wears crazy makeup, and it's more like, in an appearance. So you appear with a big jacket on, and then maybe you touch one person, but you don't jump from the ropes or run. You only make appearances maybe you're in a coffin and you come out and you're like, yo, and that guy goes fuck and dies. You don't have to do any athletic stuff.
You lay back down in the coffin.
But the rage in your face sells it.
Right. You could be a manager. You could be a pro wrestling manager for sure.
You could fucking help Ronda Rousey out because she shouldn't be talking.
Maybe I could be her manager.
She makes me want to watch wrestling. Because she's so bad at it, I'm like, oh, this is the person this is finally the most entertaining person.
Or
every part of it.
Talking part.
It blows my mind how bad she is at wrestling when she's the superior athlete of all of them and has been in movies. She's so awkward, it's crazy.
Is there a recent clip of her? I would be curious. Because I saw a WrestleMania banner ad. Because our phones and computers are definitely not listening to us.
Right.
Somehow my phone thought I might be interested in fucking WrestleMania.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm always Googling that.
Always talking about it. Mm-hmm. Oh, there she is. She's sitting on a leather chair in the ring.
Next to a tomato in a suit.
God damn, he
pissed off tomato.
2 tomatoes.
Their heads are... Man, he is... Yeah.
Did she? Oops.
After you what?
Get it out.
She couldn't get it. Oh, okay. There you go.
Please, settle down.
Yeah. Come on. Get out of there. Out of there.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, you want to watch this? Okay, yeah. She tries to shake her
Takes the
hand.
face off. I don't
Man,
hear.
you were getting taken to acting school by Stephanie McMahon.
Right?
Guys, not right now. Save the fake fight for Sunday.
It's like
break it up, ladies.
she looks very angry there.
Oh no!
Zoinks.
Here we go. She's got Triple H.
Rousey was taken from behind.
Yeah, and next time if I'm
Look at
Ronda
her face.
Rousey, I wouldn't throw my my arm up over Stephanie McMahon's shoulders and neck like that to enable her to pick me up and throw me into the table.
You think somebody with all that MMA knowledge would get an underhook?
Hey, but she laid down on a table and now she cannot get up. So
I kind of like wrestling now.
Yeah. You gotta go with it.
Every time she's on, tell me. I think I want to be a fan.
I'll watch her.
I didn't say I was gonna pay for it.
Wait a minute. I think I'm a Rowdy Ronda Rousey fan. I'm not a fan of her mixed martial arts.
Wow.
But I think I like Rowdy Ronda Rousey. Can you buy Rowdy Ronda Rousey t-shirts?
Really?
Are they sold out or can I get one?
He's checking.
I want the one that's the rip-off the Rowdy Piper. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not fucking around here. I want full rip-off of when I used to like wrestling. This is a great idea. Wait, can I get one that doesn't say Ronda on it? Yeah, Rowdy. Yeah. Rowdy. Yeah, Rowdy.
Does this say Hot Ronda?
Why am I turning into Ronnie the limo driver right now?
I know. You gonna start talking about NASCAR next?
That's because I'm challenging him to a butt challenge, and maybe that's what it is.
Right.
I've got him in my mind and in my ass. I get somebody send me his cell phone number so I can DM, so I can text him my fucking dildo shoot down my ass so he knows not to play. If he comes, he needs to come correct. They have women's ones too. I could get a woman's one. It says Rowdy.
I'm sure Katie would love that.
Or if I got her one?
Yeah. You guys could be twins.
Oh, it says Ronda Rousey underneath it. Still getting it because I'm a fan. You see? Oh, one that just says Hot Ronda? Oh.
Help me, Ronda.
So I still think
That's
she's
already
hot.
reduced to $15 from 28.
Well, I think that's how they sell t-shirts. Don't say that, Michael.
No. Yeah. Do you think it ever was $27.99?
Yeah, thank you, Will. Yeah, that's how they do it. That's
It's
how
like
they do business.
That store in Hollywood.
You got a discount.
$10 store.
You didn't
having the $5.
You got discounted
sale.
nothing. Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, when I walk by there, I always ask them when the sale ends. Oh, so how long is this sale good for?
When's Rowdy appearing next? This Sunday? Because I'm not racing anymore. I got nothing to do on a Sunday night. Looks like I'm going to be supporting. How long? Can I get a Rousey shirt before Sunday?
Wait, UFC
Wait,
again?
UFC? Who said that? I don't believe
Were their
you.
last names McMahon?
So what?
That's the dance, baby.
I know.
That's what we call pillow talk, baby.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, okay. Okay.
Have you ever? Would you consider being part of
Rowdy's.
wrestling?
Yeah, wrestling?
Wrestling.
Yeah. I mean, do I get to like get hurt and hurt people?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And shit talk.
Yeah.
You might be good at that.
I might be. Maybe that's my calling.
Wow,
I'm
that
too small.
The Brock Lesnar socks are really...
Suck Lesnar?
Those are fucking terrible.
Oh, those are awesome.
Oh, that knife looks like more of a dick than ever now.
I know.
No, that took his head right
God.
for his mouth.
It looks like he's holding it.
Can you order
Oh
me
my
those?
god, that
He's
is
about to blow himself.
that's brutal.
It looks
I
like
know.
he's pulling his shorts down, exposing them.
Okay, I need a Rowdy shirt and I need some Brock Lesnar socks and I'm going to fucking WrestleMania.
If you wore
They
low
got
tops,
me!
it would look like his penis was sticking up into his face.
God, how did that tattoo artist not talk him out of that?
Because he was terrified.
My
He
God.
couldn't say shit to that guy when he wants a sword
Maybe
pointed
he
at
was
his
just
neck.
like, he's like totally wasted. He's like, give me a huge cock so it looks like I'm about to suck it. And maybe the guy talked him down to cock.
Oh, okay, yeah. Look, People are going to take that the wrong way.
Think of your career, Brock. No! If I'm about one thing above all...
What are these wing things on the side of my cock?
I want to die with a cock coming on my chest.
Those are the testicles, Brock.
That's how I want to go. Sorry.
Let's see. Speaking of tremendous artwork, people are having all sorts of fun with this police sketch, this digitally rendered police sketch.
It looks like Benji from the Stern Show a little bit.
Wait, they got the app on it? The Big Mouth app?
No, it looks like the painting of Jesus that old lady did.
This looks like they got the Snapchat.
People are like, this is April Fool's, and they're like, nope, that's the guy we're looking for.
So that's a new thing they're doing. Like they hire like a sketch artist, and then they run it through an app that tries to make it look human, like 3D render it.
I don't know.
No, they have computer-assisted drawing applications at the police department. You say, no, the eyes were bigger, and then they switched to the bigger eyes.
And this man had an inhumanly large mouth.
Yes.
Right, so when the guy was like, no, he had a bigger mouth, the artist is like, you sure?
This is already the largest one.
Wider. Wider.
Well, all I can say, people are like, this is an April Fool's prank, and they're like, the Warwickshire police is like, please, guys, this woman was the victim of a horrible crime.
Yeah, he bit her head off.
So can you please stop making jokes about this? So the police force has really doubled down on making light of some woman's horrible situation. If
He swallowed her puppy whole.
Man, if he fucking came to me and said I'd give him whatever he wanted if he tried to rub me. I mean, no, I've never seen anybody with a mouth that big.
Maybe I could put two mouths together, sir, and
That's
make
very
one
scary.
big one. Yeah, that guy's scary. His mouth goes all the way across his head.
Yeah, he's like the guy in the flip top, the brushing your teeth, reach toothbrush commercial.
To me, it's a Muppet. It's one of those Muppets that his mouth opens up all the way.
You know what he looks like? You know when people do that thing where they turn upside down and then they like put googly eyes on their chin?
Yeah.
So it looks that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, he's never gonna get caught for sure.
They'll never find him. He blends into any crowd. We've certainly heard this story before. A family is suing a fertility doctor who allegedly used his own sperm to help them conceive.
I mean, you kind of lucked out. It could be the town drunk's jizz or a doctor.
Said it's an incredibly creepy criminal doctor.
Yeah, but he's smart. Yep.
Yeah.
Why would you do that though? What do you get out of it?
Because you ran out of cum.
Oh. Have you seen the price of cum these days?
Have I?
Do you think he's like a pervy doctor, so when she's pregnant and comes in for checkups, he's like, oh yeah, look at my baby growing in there.
Maybe he... Yeah, that's probably what it is. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, good point.
I'm sure we all think that.
It's a fake Facebook account so you can leave like creepy compliments for the child all the time after it's born.
I know every time I had a baby coming, I'd be like, hell yeah, oh, I'm horny, look at that. She's like 8 months pregnant. I made it. It didn't work out that way.
He's doing like the ultrasound on it. Oh yeah, it looks like Dad had a huge dick.
Yeah, my pregnant wife has asked me to stop grunting provocatively.
Ultrasound, yeah.
I think there's guys who it's a really straightforward primal instinct. They want to procreate. They want to spread their seed as widely as possible. There are guys who get into being insemination dads.
Yeah, we saw a peek into that before the government killed Craigslist.
Yeah, there's football players who seem really into it too.
Did you know that Donald Trump, when he divorced his first wife, he said in an interview that he doesn't want to have sex with somebody that's had children, and that's why he's moving on.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
I mean, we were all thinking it.
Oh my God.
Man, that is close.
Yeah, that was almost.
You guys almost got salsa all over your face. That'd be very messy, obviously.
But I mean, dude,
why go to Goodwill when Target's next door?
Oh, come on, dude.
If you want to spread your seed, you know, you're missing out on the good bit by doing it that way, aren't you?
What?
I mean, it's like
moving on.
Seed is the good bit.
No, that's what they say.
Okay. I've had a different experience with that.
Really?
That was the bad part.
Spreading your seed.
No.
Coming is bad?
No. What? Putting in a test tube?
No, we're talking about coming in the hole.
Yeah. I had my baby through vaginal sex.
I'm talking about the doctor.
I'm talking about coming
He's jerking off.
in the vag.
He's jerking off. He's saving money on the high price of cum these
Right.
days.
Spreading the
He
seed.
gets the kid with no financial responsibility.
Don't think that's the only one that he fucking filled
Oh,
up
yeah.
with his own jizz either. There's plenty more where that came
Oh,
from.
man, everybody that goes to that doctor's going to have to go check, get the DNA done.
I mean, kid's probably gonna grow up to be smart. Be a fucking creep.
Sinister.
A creepy smart guy. That's great.
Dr. Jizz.
Speaking of jizz, Bill Cosby's legal team won 2 pre-trial motions ahead of their retrial, each of which would most likely be favorable.
So that means he didn't do it?
No. They haven't even begun the retrial. They're just trying to work some ground rules out ahead of time. Is this evidence admissible and that kind of stuff. And I think the jurors are going to be able to hear from a witness who says that the accuser once told this prospective witness that she was looking to frame a celebrity to get money.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's a bad thing to say.
Yeah, people say all kinds of shit, and then...
People say that?
I mean, you might
It's a
say
weird
it
one to say.
joking. Like, oh, man, I'm broke. I'm thinking about being a prostitute. Until that person gets accused of being a prostitute, then it doesn't mean anything, and everybody forgets about it.
It's an odd joke to make. Maybe I should frame Bill Cosby to pay for college.
Yeah. Yeah, of all people. Assuming he didn't do anything. Of all people.
So look, you can only be there's dozens of women who are accusing him of stuff, but he's going to be tried for what happened with this one woman, and if this one woman can be shown to have said that sort of thing, that is not going to bode well for this particular case.
It's a bad look.
It's also weird. This is a really hacky joke at this point, but when it's a case that's this high profile, what rock do you have to look under to find jurors who don't already have an opinion about it?
Yeah, it's weird.
Pretty
Pretty much, if you
Yeah.
get summoned for jury
Really-
duty,
yeah.
you have your out if you don't want to do it.
Yeah,
No.
you need some really ill-informed dummies.
No, you don't. All you have to do is find jurors who say, and you believe them, that they can, just base their opinion on the evidence that's presented in that trial. They don't look for people who haven't heard of the case.
Because that'd be impossible.
Yeah, it would be.
And it would be the last people you'd want to be on the panel.
Right, because they've been
They're
living
fucking
in a
space cadets.
cave or
Yeah.
something.
I mean, it seems pretty obvious something happened. He did something sketchy.
To somebody.
Yeah. And it does kind of, I mean, what is he, 80 now?
At least.
At least. He's at least 80 years old. So it sucks that he got to live like a long, fruitful, successful life before just getting clipped at the tail end. But, I mean, if he is tied up in this legal bullshit until he dies, I suppose.
Well, also people, when they get older, they think about their legacy. And his is shit.
Yeah.
Well, what about, fuck that, what about the justice for all the people that he did it to? Wouldn't there be
That's the
some
thing.
sort of closure to all those people if he was actually convicted?
I mean, if this plays out and he does get convicted, even if he gets 6 months, that's essentially a life sentence at this point.
Well, I don't even think he'll do time. I don't think it's about his punishment. You know what I mean? I'm more about the victims than the. I'm like, whatever. Maybe he actually feels really bad about all the times he did that stuff. So maybe he already is in his own private hell. I don't really need to analyze that. I would just be more about. Imagine if you were a group of like 80 women that were fucking drugged and raped.
Yeah, you want justice.
You would want, and then when you found out that all these other people he'd done it to, so now you're like a part of this big uncalled for team of people that have been so unjustly treated. So you just want the world to be like, yeah, it happened.
Yeah.
And we're fucking sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
And for
Yeah.
him to pay some sort of price. If
Yeah.
you know that it happened to you, you want to see some sort of reckoning.
Yeah, if the world knows that he's a piece of shit, then, that's the least I could ask for. you know?
Plus, even if he hires all the best lawyers and they keep tangling this up and keep delaying things or whatever the fuck their plan is, that's still a really shitty way to spend your 80s.
It is.
So, take that.
Also, the judge ruled that the defense can reveal to the jury that there was a 2006 civil settlement between Cosby and the accuser, but he won't allow the prosecution to introduce evidence about the months of negotiations that led to this settlement. So they'll know this chick got paid off. They won't know this was a carefully deliberated payoff.
Do you
For
think?
whatever that's
I mean, do you think that helps his case to know that they paid off this woman?
Again, one of the reasons why I think you want unbiased jurors is to say, I'm going to go into this with an open mind. Well, I know some shit, but I'm going to go into it with an open mind. That means you know that there were 70 other ladies who also accused him of this.
Yeah.
And if you say, and this one he paid off, well, now, fuck it, this guy's guilty. If you have no idea that there are 70 other women, or whatever the fuck the number is, and all you know is Bill Cosby, humongous celebrity, this chick comes along, tells her friend, you know what would be funny if I framed a celebrity, and then he goes, fuck, I've got my reputation, my family to worry about, this is wrong, but what choice do I have? Give her some money, make her go away. If you have no idea about the other ones that happened, then that is a credible counter-narrative.
Fair enough. Just in my experience in being on a jury, I was really pleasantly surprised by how seriously people took it and how diligent they were at looking at the actual facts of the case and making their decisions on those facts.
Last time I got called in for jury duty, there was a guy, like I was very, very close to being picked. But
you pull your dick out?
No, they'll get you for that shit.
Yeah, they will.
But there was a dude there who was like,
what do you mean? They'll make you do more jury duty?
No, you'll get arrested for contempt of court.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
But there was
Thanks
some
for
guy
telling
there
me.
who was like an older gentleman. He had, they asked everybody what their commute was, like how far away they had to drive to get to the courthouse, and his was like 50 or 60 miles away from downtown LA. He made that trip, and he fought to be on that jury. He wanted it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, he had like this big smile on his face. Everybody there was fucking miserable. He was grinning ear to ear. He's like, "Oh, I love this. This is the best." He's like, "I've been a jury like four times. I've been a juror."
Oh, wow.
He's like, "It is invigorating. I love it."
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I know. I think if I'm a lawyer, I would want to exclude him.
I'm scared of that guy.
I don't know. Like the impression I got from him was he actually just genuinely liked being a part of justice, not like, I can't wait to fuck someone's life over or do this. Like, I don't know, the perspective of being on a jury just seemed thrilling. It did not like I'm going to be corrupt with this. Like,
yeah, if you love watching courtroom procedurals, just imagine how much you'll love being a juror.
And I get the feeling like after voting, you feel like good. Like, hey, I did my part. After doing the jury service, I felt even more of that. Like, hey, I did something.
I tried to give the Aboriginals back their land. That's the only time I voted. So I don't believe in voting. Because they didn't get their land back.
So obviously...
The dude from Midnight Oil lied to me. He told me the time has come.
Yeah, I
to
just
say fair's fair.
Libertarians over and over and over. And what does it get you? Blac Chyna has lost a stroller deal.
Yeah, crazy that she got one.
Yeah. I don't even want to say their name because they're getting more bang for their buck out of pulling the plug on the deal than they ever could have gotten out of her.
It's weird that you'd want to sponsor somebody that makes whore babies.
Oh my god.
What?
I don't know, just that term. There's something terrible about it.
They're like...
I mean, it's half Kardashian.
They're like cash nuggets.
But those ones need
What?
strollers too.
Cash nuggets need strollers?
And all the aspiring and current whore moms in the world who follow Blac Chyna.
Yeah.
Could you imagine being pregnant?
All the whore mamas want to use whatever that stroller is, but not anymore because they don't support her beating people up at fun parks.
Yeah, what, she beat somebody up at Six Flags?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Blac Chyna, so...
I do. I know that
she's delightful.
She's a whore. She's
Oh my
a whore of a whore, in my opinion.
Hmm.
And her mother has been on TV doing stuff, in my opinion, where she's a fucking stupid whore too.
Wow.
They
did not know that.
And they do. Yeah, she did. She said a bunch of stupid stuff, and then she had sex with that guy, and she didn't even like that guy. And she's like, I had sex with that guy, I don't even like that guy, and I got his baby, and I got all this money. What's up?
Did she really say that?
Yeah. In my opinion, she did. I'm in the clear, right? If I say that?
I don't know. I
don't
know.
fucking care. Come on, nobody cares. Nobody's listening. George Bush drank alcohol. And Blac Chyna's a big fat whore.
Oh my god.
Fuck her. It's bad look on everybody. It's bad.
Ooh,
bad on.
that's
Oh man!
Oh,
Wow.
man, she's actually she's like got the stroller.
She's trying to throw their stroller at somebody.
It's right up in there.
I mean, the baby wasn't in it, right?
I don't know.
That house is stupid.
It really just makes me think her ass is full.
Oh
of
yeah.
Oh wow,
she's throwing.
She tried several times to throw a stroller at somebody.
Oh yeah, they're totally capitalizing on the stroller is like the star of this video.
I'm assuming her kids are there. You know, with
Maybe
the stroller.
she just took the stroller to Six Flags for the day.
Is this why she lost the stroller deal?
Yes.
Well, they said that there was a leaked sex tape, and there were a couple things that gave them pause.
How can you have a leaked sex tape?
I know it's probably
She's
way before.
what the? She's Blac Chyna.
Yeah, what did
You can't get
like,
offended by
she's-
a sex tape. She's.
She's famous for being trash. Why
well,
would you give her the sponsorship?
That's not fair. You can't say she's trash.
You just said she's a thunder whore.
Oh, Kevin! Watch your words.
So's her mom.
Yeah, but Kevin, trash. That's
Yeah,
too far.
but I have an argument as to why she's a whore.
I've got some pretty strong evidence as to why she's trash.
Okay. Well, I didn't say that. I just said that she's a whore and so's her mom.
I mean, that's kind of one of those things. Like, you knew what you signed up for. Like, wait a second, this piece of trash is acting like a piece of trash.
Well, I don't know.
I
think that Kardashian guy really thought that she loved him. He was, he's a little bit insecure, and she came along and fluffed his button, and fucking next thing you know, he's got he had a baby with her, so he thinks maybe it's real.
Right, baby, my ass is fake.
He
my
ro-
hair is fake.
he rolled
my
a-
face is fake, and my tits are fake, but,
But
my
he-
love,
But
that's all.
he rolled a mentally challenged person. Like she rolled a damaged brain. She saw it and was like, gold mine.
Wait, who out of the two of them, who's the smart one?
She's the smart one. He's just sitting there chewing painkillers with a fucking giant bank account for the rest of his life. She just came over and took his load and haured one out. And then left his ass immediately after she got the baby. Like, thanks for the child support. I am secure. Like, this is the definition of whore.
I get the impression those two dummies just rolled each other.
Yeah,
That's a wash.
I don't think he could. I don't think he's that happy, man. I think he's pretty bummed out.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, we both don't know.
But I feel like she may have played him more than vice versa. That's my little bit of slander that I'll throw. What else? Grindr. This is a couple days old now. Shared users' HIV status with other companies. So if you told Grindr, and you had the option of telling Grindr whether or not you had HIV.
It's kind of one of those things I've just come to accept. Like, the whole privacy thing is over. So just, if I was like HIV positive and using Grindr and I told an app that, like, I just assume everything I tell an app is now just common knowledge.
I agree. And I think
see, I would agree to that now, but I wouldn't agree to it. I wouldn't have agreed last year. I didn't know that. I didn't know that Grindr sends info to other people. I really did not know that. I figured if anybody found me on Grindr, it would be a fan or somebody, and then they would say, whether I had AIDS or not on there, which would mean that that's my fault.
Well,
but I don't think that it's fair. I did not know. Just like I don't know all the new stuff now. I didn't.
Yeah.
And this is Facebook was when that came out. That was the first I heard that all my information was available to everybody. I just don't care because I talk about it on the radio. But everybody else should be entitled to not have that go everywhere.
Yeah. So Grindr hired, I think, 2 different firms to monitor Grindr about how the app was being used, presumably to try to make it better. And they shared user data. They say that it was all always anonymous and that it was more like aggregated user data. This is who's using it, this is when they're using it, how they're using it, where they all live, and shit like that. They say you could have reconstructed it and said, well, but if you know the if you know that user A has HIV and you know their location data, you could put it together and figure out who that person was. No one is alleging that anybody ever actually did that or wanted to do that.
Right.
I can imagine a scenario where what Grindr did was either completely innocent or at worst naive, and just when people find out about it, they get freaked out about it. They go, "Oh, right, you guys are right. This is a really bad look for us. We promise we'll shut that back down forever." I don't think all data breaches are the same.
Right,
It's
no,
just
they're
a
not.
horrible look for them, so they're like, right, we're just going to stop doing that.
Yeah, they're just doing research into their own product,
Which
and
is-
they don't
and
have
their
the
own- and their
ability.
own customers.
Yeah, they don't have the ability to do it in-house, so they had to get someone else to do it. They have to hand over that information in order to do their research, and you signed the terms of service thing.
I changed my mind. I'm for it.
But you know, and like the Facebook thing about them keeping videos stored that you didn't even post to Facebook and that you deleted or something. I just, you know, briefly scanned over that story, but it just seems like one thing after another with Facebook.
Wait, they get videos out of your phone that you didn't post?
No, it's like maybe you had uploaded it, but you didn't post it, or
You gave them access to your videos, and
Yes.
that meant that they had access to your videos,
And-
not just the ones that you chose to post.
and they stored them on their servers.
Right.
So you know, I don't know.
Now, I have
I better erase that dildo coming out of my butt.
It doesn't matter.
No one can ever
because
know.
they already
You
have
already
it.
sent it to Catherwood.
Yeah.
It's on the dark web.
Yeah.
Now, I have a dumb question. Is there a company that will give you email and e-documents and stuff like that, even one that you pay for, that isn't harvesting and selling all of your information? Because I feel like I would be willing to pay for that, but I'm not even aware of that service. Like, I know there's only one Facebook, and I know that there's only one Twitter and Instagram, but in terms of your internet searches and your email, it seems like somebody should be, I don't know if it's like a Dropbox or something, coming in to be like, yeah, you pay $100 a month for this, but it's actually really confidential. Isn't it weird
I don't
that
know.
with everybody freaking out about your information being stolen, there isn't somebody popping up promising to fix that?
Or there's not a service that will provide you with all the aggregated data on yourself to show people what is out there on you.
And I thought if you used Google stuff, there's a way that you can search your own
Your
stuff.
your Google stuff, and that does include your internet searches and all and your location, all of that stuff. But there's even more information out there than that. When you swipe your card at the grocery store, so you get a discount
That's
or
super.
your phone number.
That's super bad, man. Do you want to know how dumb alligators are?
Okay.
Good. I'm glad you asked. Because one time I saw this video of alligators, and there's guys throwing meat out to all the alligators, and they're on the ground. And the alligators, when they hear the meat hit the ground, they just lean to the side and go, ah! And try to grab shit. And this one alligator was walking past another alligator to go to get the meat, and fucking one alligator goes, ah! And grabbed the one alligator's arm.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking chomped on it and did a death roll and bit it off! And then the rest, they all just sat there waiting for more meat. That's how fucking dumb alligators are.
They really love meat.
Yeah, but that's fucking... The guy that lost his hand, I think he might have gone like, ah, for a second. But I also think he might have, instead of going, oh, he might have been going, ah, for more meat. I'm not even sure if he was saying ah. You know, being an alligator and all. They kind of look like everything they're saying is ah or nothing.
Yeah,
You
they've
know?
only really got that one vibe.
Yeah.
Stuck with that one mouth.
My ex-wife talks to me. Nothing or ah.
I know that one.
Yeah. Probably time to leave.
It's about that time.
It's been cool though. Like being here and stuff. Not sure if that a good show. It wasn't very good. It was pretty bad.
I loved
The
it.
show will be really good tomorrow.
I thought it was hilarious.
All right.
Reindeer, train poops. Come on.
Okay.
It
All
had
right.
it had it all.
All right. Well, you guys,
Dancing.
Checked all the boxes.
you guys were great. You guys were really good. Okay, that makes me feel better. You guys did a great job. I saw somebody tweet that you guys are doing a great. You and Andrew and Kevin are doing a great job. That's right. You guys are doing a great job.
Oh, thank you.
And you did an excellent job today too. And I want to thank you because I don't feel very good. If you point that finger at me like that ever again, I will never give you a
He
compliment.
just gave you that.
Ever.
What are you
You
gonna do
fucking-
with it when you get it home?
Cowboy finger.
You son of a bitch.
Oh my God! Look at pictures of Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about it.
Wank away.
Of dudes you'd like to blow? Why do you assume everybody plays basketball?
That's what he does before he sucks it.
Until they work up a good lather.
Oh no!
Start working on post moves, and next thing you know, bam!
All sweaty after your ski aerobics.
I also want to thank whoever left me a message saying that I'm fucking up with my taxes and that if I don't pay, I have a warrant for my arrest tomorrow.
Please,
That guy
everyone,
calls a lot of people.
everyone, tell your moms not to give that guy any information when he calls,
As
please.
soon as I get off the show, I'm gonna call you and pay you immediately. The check's in the mail, you fucking hump.
Western Union it.
Yeah. Is my Instagram up to 196 yet?
Let's see.
So I'd just like to thank everybody if that's the case.
Ooh, it looks like mine is.
You went up to 196,000? Yep, see, it won't. 195. It won't break it.
I bet it will this evening.
If it does...
You can, if you look at your Instagram account on your desktop, you can hover the mouse cursor over it, and it'll tell you the exact number, so you can keep track of it more exactly than...
What am I, 195 and a half? Yeah, I need 500 followers.
You need 515 to be specific.
Shum on, everybody.
Wolfmate.
Oh, yeah, I'm at Wolfmate.
Yeah,
It's
there
probably
you go.
confusing.
Yeah.
Don't die.
Oh yeah! You want to take a bite of my Slim Jim Will?
I don't think you saved it.
Katie has a surprise dropped off for you.
Oh, yay.
You're all good now.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Yeah.
They're getting everywhere now.
Yep. With that other badge.